in town for a 3-game set. Ryan Wilson on the mound tonight. Suns hit the court against the Pelicans to finish up that 5-game road trip. Phoenix 8th in the West at 43-31. State Farm Stadium ready to host the Final Four. The action starts Saturday with Purdue against NC State in the first game and UConn and Alabama following them up. The championship game is a week from tonight. Sun Devil Swimming captured its first ever national championship over the weekend, led by Paris Olympics bound Leon Marchand. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Monday, we're going to continue to see the threat of showers on and off throughout the rest of the afternoon, but those chances will be dwindling as we head into the afternoon. Daytime high only in the low 60s. For tonight, slight chance of showers with those overnight lows dipping into the low 50s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. Robert Half is here to help. Their recruiting professionals use proprietary AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
Here we go.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
Just walking around, just hanging out is Tom Chambers. And he joins us now on location here at Casino Arizona CAZ Sports Bar. So we didn't bring him on right now. It's been, 3 years since you've been on that show?
Yeah.
Our booker's terrible.
Your booker sucks. I mean, he wants to blame me. I said, okay, just show me your text. It was 2 years ago.
And I did.
2 years ago.
It was 2 years.
Oh, yeah. 2 years.
Yeah.
Almost to the date.
Yeah.
April of 2022.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But he thought that was last year.
Last year, yeah.
Give or take a year. I took a few more hits than you did, all right?
Well, Tom's going to be joining us because we're doing the big finals weekend at Talking Stick on Saturday and Monday. He's going to be joining us for a nice VIP deal on Saturday, so we're pretty excited about that. So we first thank you for that. Thanks for stopping by. But big game tonight, Big Easy. You're getting ready. You'll be on television tonight on 3TV, so have an opportunity to watch the Suns and the Pelicans. Must-win game. Hands down,
man. You know what? Well, it's not a must-win game if you don't want to make the playoffs. But I guess if you do, all of them are. That's the situation this team has put itself into. Is just like they need to win basketball games, and they need to. Right now, I don't know what identity they have. I mean, they beat the Nuggets, and you're thinking that you're on top of the world. Then you lose this, San Antonio without Wembanyama. So it's just one of those situations where they seem to rise to the occasion against the really good teams, but the challenge of beating the teams that they're supposed to beat, they've not done a good job. They've lost to Houston 3 times. They lost to San Antonio 3 times. So it's been difficult because of that, trying to stay consistent.
Don't you find it ironic? I always say that the West is best, and once again, it's proving to be that. Every team that is in the right now playoff tournament, and also Dallas and New Orleans, they all won and this past weekend. And so once again, the Suns have work cut out for them.
Well, they absolutely do. You look at the 4 teams outside of the top 6.
Yeah.
When you're talking Sacramento, Phoenix, Golden State, and the Lakers, you would have projected those 4 teams to be in the top 6. And so that's what we're battling it out with in that situation. So if the Suns end up in it, what do you play the Lakers? You play Golden State. I mean, you play Sacramento, who's a load, so this is not an easy situation. Can they beat anybody? Absolutely. Can they lose to anybody? We've seen that. So that's what's frustrating right now for everybody in the Valley, including me, because I get to talk about it every day.
So Tom, what do you see initially when they win the games? I mean, what is it they're doing? And what do you see on a consistent basis when they're losing the games? What is it, a paramount of a difference, or is it minor details here and there?
Well, there's 3 things that have been huge this season. Turnovers. When we turn the ball over, it's not good. When we allow a team to shoot and make field goals and take it out of the net, we're not good. But when the Suns pick it up on the defensive end and they're not taking it out of the net, they go what they need to do to really be more effective rather than just passing around the outside and Kevin, okay, here's your turn to go one-on-one. Book, here's your turn to go one-on-one. Bradley, here's your turn to go one-on-one. They need to push it and they need to move the basketball. They do such a great job of it at times. We're giddy. We're like, okay, it's here. It's here. And then it's not. So those are the things. They've been rebounding well. Nurk's been doing a good job they've been rebounding. But I'm just telling you what, in that fourth quarter, it's like every time you think they've figured it out, and it just keeps happening.
Explain that to me then, because you just said when they're playing well, they look like they're unbeatable, and then they get to the fourth quarter, and it looks like the team that you haven't been seeing.
Well, if I knew the answer to that,
okay,
Matt Ishby would have me on payroll, and I'd be making about $10 million a year. Okay, it's just been just this weird thing, and it's been this albatross, and it's not like just bad this year. This is historically bad fourth quarters for this team. And you look on paper what they have. I mean, Grayson Allen's been super. I mean, Eric Gordon comes in, he's been great. I mean, Bull's been good. It's just it's like I don't think teams fear this team, and so other teams are also coming in saying, "Oh, we're going to beat Book. We're going to beat KD. We're going to beat this team that everybody talks about." And so there's a target on them, and it hasn't been good in that fourth quarter. It's just like, okay, this is Book's time to sit out to start the fourth quarter, and now they've even rotated that around a little bit to try and keep him out there. But they have not found a solution to that.
Tom Chambers joining us here, Fox Sports 910. Tom, if the team was going to reset today, and you had all the money in the world, not that there's any particular player available, what position, where is the need?
Well, I think a true point guard, I think the team can facilitate on offense. I'm not worried about the offensive end of that as much. I worry about having a guy who can guard a jet quick point guard.
Okay.
And so that's where Josh Okogie comes in. But when Josh Okogie comes in, you worry because they're going to leave him because he can't make a jump shot. So that's the problem that the Suns have right now is on the defensive end from the point guard position. We have people who can stop it, but then the offense takes a hit because Bradley's done a remarkable job lately, distributing the basketball, setting people up, scoring when needed. So I don't look at it offensively as a weakness, but defensively I do.
All right, it's the Pelicans tonight. It's a must-win for them as well, as they're in the same boat. Zion Williamson, first thing comes to mind.
He's a load. I mean, he's a load. This guy, he's going to the basket.
Does he remind you of Charles when you played with Charles?
No, Charles wasn't. I mean, Charles was explosive, but Charles could also, knock down a 17-footer. But Zion is a little bit like that, but he doesn't rebound like Chuck. Chuck used to lead the league in rebounding. I mean, he was that guy.
Yeah.
This Pelican team, they're huge. I mean, Valanciunas 7 foot, Brandon Ingram, he's not playing right now, 6'11". Zion's a load, and then they with Murphy and Herb Jones, they're both 6'7", 6'8". That's a big team. They also have the same situation at point guard as we do. CJ McCollum is not a true point guard. They facilitate on offense, but if he has to guard that one guy, he's not doing it. But they've been really, really solid. They're playing great defense all the time. One thing I think the Suns have not done is play great defense all the time. This Pelican team gets after it.
Fair enough. If I remember right, Valanciunas seems to play exceptionally well against the Phoenix Suns. They didn't have Nurkic. Is this a matchup then that you are now looking forward to with those two players down low?
Well, Valanciunas is a load. I mean, he's going to get it down low, and you're not going to stop him.
Even with Nurkic.
You're not. But what they'll do, I don't know who's going to win the battle. I mean, Valanciunas is a guy that can get it 20-20.
Okay.
Any given game. So is Nurk if he wants to come with it. So it'll be fun to watch those two, spar. But they take out Valanciunas when they want to get quick. And the Suns do the same thing with Nurk now. I mean, even going to KD as the 5-man when they need to score baskets. So it'll be an interesting matchup for everybody out there. They have the defenders when you're talking about Herb Jones, I mentioned, and Trey Murphy to guard our guys too. So it's going to be a clash of the Titans, I believe. I mean, these two teams are going to come at it with everything they have. But I like their team, but I like our team more some of the time. And it is like it just depends on what's going to come out there and present itself because we've been so good.
What is with this team when one of the stars is out for the opposing team? It's an opportunity. Brandon Ingram's out tonight. Kind of goes back. All right, Wemby's out. You should destroy him. What do you think that is? It seems like they let down.
I think you're right. It's just so sad too, because other teams in the league that are good. I mean, and you can look at them, all of them have missed players. When Jokic is out, okay, Denver plays well. When Embiid is out, Philadelphia hasn't been great, but they haven't fallen off the map. So other teams find ways to gather around, regroup, and play really well. When Doncic is out, Dallas plays good. Okay, Şengün has gone out with Houston. They've gotten better. Yep. Okay, so teams need to find ways to get better when they lose a player. But when somebody loses a player against the Suns, it seems to, like Roc says, it just compounds itself. They just like, okay, we'll be fine. We'll just go through the motions here. And they're so good that I believe that they feel like they can turn it on at any given time. And sometimes it's too late because other teams there's some good defense out there being played right now.
So, Tom, you talk about the turnovers, averaging 14, 15 per game. And they give up 117 per game. Okay, let's say that is what it is. You always talk about giving up 60 points a half and 70 points a half. That's been almost a regular with this Suns team. Okay, so you finish off the week 8 games ago, and that's who you are. So at that point, how do you adjust to that going into these last 8 games, knowing that's who you are?
Well, knowing what we were, it has to go, or we're not going to be there. I mean, this team has to really ratchet up. You hear Book say, we've got to step it up. And that's on the defensive end. Because when this team plays defense, they get after it. I'm telling you what, Durant's a great defender. Bradley Beal can play defense. Booker can play defense. They can do it, but they've got to get after it. They've got to get, not take the ball out of the net, like I say, run the fast break. And I believe that they can be fine. But every time we think that they're there, it's like, oh, okay, we're there. We're okay. They can't. They've got to play, I talk about game to game. Now I talk about quarter to quarter. Right now I'm talking possession to possession. Wow. They have to pay attention to detail.
All right, as we let you go, because we know, you got to work tonight. You got television. So how does it work? They come pick you up in a limo.
Right.
They take you down, you and Leander and everyone else. What is it? What's like the pregame meal down there?
The pregame meal, I have a hot dog. There's no, we don't. I mean, they have a nice.
Now, let me ask you, the TV guys like Kevin Ray.
If you were a true media guy, you would know what the media room was like. But since you've never got your butt down there,
I'd rather watch it on TV. Gotta help the ratings.
You can sit in the arena and watch me on TV. And get a free hot dog.
Well, I get when all those numbers retired everywhere. I mean, I got the.
It looks nice, doesn't it? It looks nice up there.
How many more can they fit? I mean, how many?
You know what? There's no room for you. What number would you be anyway? Like 10, 00?
10's my lucky number. All right.
I think that's there. All right, guys. Thanks for having me.
Chambers, 4-time NBA All-Star. It's number 24, of course, is retired there. And the 42 by the Utah Utes. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Tomorrow on Drive, is there anything the Suns can do in New Orleans against the Pelicans that breathes life back into their season? Or do you just hope the Pelicans put them out of their misery? 6:05 on the Drive, Fox Sports 910, and your free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
A homeowner just like you decides to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
Wright Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at wrighttoyota.com.
At Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. There's something that binds us all. The collective goal to transcend the ordinary. Introducing the all-new Ping G730 and I530 irons. The G730 irons are Ping's longest and most forgiving irons, while the I530s fit golfers who want more distance in a player design and are engineered for higher launch and more. Visit us in store at Vans Golf Shops or online at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Postseason college hoops are here. Watch all the games at Twin Peaks. Enjoy incredible Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale draft specials from Four Peaks Brewing during all the games. Plus, sign up for a free Win 910 on 910 bracket contest at fanpick'em.com. Win Twin Peaks fan cards at all rounds. Twin Peaks, your basketball headquarters.
Febreze Fabric Talk. Hey, it's me, your couch. Today's my favorite day of the week. Febreze Fabric Spray Day. The occasional deep cleanse are nice, but in between, you know I'm needing a refresh. Ooh, here she comes with the Febreze Fabric Spray. Oh yeah, spritz them armrests. Don't be shy. Nothing like a good spray down to get me smelling so fresh and clean. Don't forget my back. Nice. Febreze Fabric Spray. It's just that easy. Now we can both breathe happy. Febreze. La 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 la.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The sports
Hey, Rock.
at CAZ Sports.
Do you want to have the show back after the montage?
You are locked in.
Or do you want me to go right into the other open?
910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. For mornings, The Drive with Jody Ayler. Listen tomorrow, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910.
Become the first champion to repeat as a national champion in 17 years.
Too little, too late for Clemson, though, on the run out. Estrada, and he will lay it in. And the Alabama Crimson Tide will roll into the Final Four for the first time in program history.
10 seconds left. Connect. Ziegler puts up a three. No good. Warner the rebound. 5 seconds left. Warner will dribble it out. And the next step on the Purdue Redemption Tour is the Final Four.
Get it in. And it's over.
This is what dreams are made of.
Christian lifts it deep to left field. Nolan Jones to the track, to the wall. Say goodbye.
Who needs a G2G protein bar? Did your favorite player make a big mistake that cost them the game?
This is impossible. It's impossible.
I'm telling you, there's something inside his brain about this building.
Or maybe just an embarrassing moment.
You know, it's just easier to call you stupid.
Roc, Manuch, and Jimmy B react to the dumbest plays of the week and give out their best candidates for the G2G Protein Bar Award of the Week, a refrigerated protein bar with unmatched taste. G2G Protein Bars are now available at Costco.
All right, before we get to it real quick, that montage that brought us back from the break is brought to you by the final weekend of college basketball, as we will be live at Talking Stick Resort for our Hoops final weekend. That starts Saturday. And then, of course, on Monday, win cash. We got free props, squares, big screen TVs. Should be a lot of fun. Starts around 3 o'clock on Saturday. Hope that you will join us. But let's get to our G2G Player Award. This is like bad moments, off the cuff, kind of off the wall type moments, dumb plays. You know, this is where we want to kind of get you set, reset. And Manuch, you can start us off.
I'll get you going this. This is called from Idiotic Stupid in reference to there was a Chevrolet Corvette and a Lamborghini that were racing on a freeway there in Dallas. And the two cars got in a wreck. They lost control, got in a wreck. Several cars were in the incident. The drivers of both the Chevrolet Corvette and Lamborghini fled the scene. Now, here's the thing. Rashee Rice, your rookie wide receiver for your Kansas City Chiefs, either owns or leases the Lamborghini. So basically, he allegedly was or was not in the car. These four knuckleheads fled the scene. There were injuries with the other cars there on the freeway, and they all took off. They ran. Talk about stupid. Now you're talking about legalities. Now you're talking about jail time. And now they want to talk and talk to one Rashee Rice, who went to play ball there, as you know, at SMU, So these idiots that fled the scene, number one for drag racing on the Dallas freeway there, getting in a wreck and fleeing the scene, are definitely going to need some G2G protein bars. And Rashee Rice, if you're involved or you're aware of this, you need to come forward right now because this is a bad incident, bad look for the Chiefs and for Rashee Rice.
All right, mine's going to go to the NBA as they're handing down a punishment to one of the league's brightest young stars. Of course, we're talking about Victor Wembanyama. A $25,000 fine has been set to him because he tossed a basketball into the stands. Listen after the game. It was an overtime win over the Knicks. It's a big win on Friday night. And, he was starting the game, had one of his best games of the season, 40 points, 20 rebounds, and 7 assists. Here he is being interviewed right after the game.
On the court here with Victor Wembanyama. 40 points, a hard-fought battle that led into overtime. The battle continued and you won. Tell us about the amazing teamwork tonight.
These efforts, these results, we wouldn't have gotten them at the start of the year, and we wouldn't have gotten them with you guys because y'all are helping us. 70 games for the season. I still see this place packed every night. Love you guys. Love the support. Go Spurs, go.
All right, let's find him. $25,000 for throwing a basketball into the stands. WTF. Seriously, that is the dumbest
I would agree.
deal ever. NBA.
It is, but that is in their rule book, unfortunately. If
you look the other way
ball,
sometimes.
I agree 100%.
Did anybody
with you.
argue, oh, my God, you better find him. He threw a basketball.
Yeah, but
Nobody did that.
No, he threw it into the stands after the game was over
Yeah.
in that overtime so that a lucky fan would have a
Exactly.
souvenir from that game.
Exactly. He made a kid's,
Oh, sure he did.
world.
And it's the NFL does the same thing. You throw the ball in the stands like a $5,000 fine
The thing that I don't
after a
understand,
touchdown
this
or whatever.
That's during a game.
Yeah.
This is after
Yeah,
the
it's true.
game.
Agree.
I
After
agree.
the game. So what's the difference throwing your shoes or your shirt? I mean, it's the same thing. Also, one more. I got two of them.
Boy, you're
today.
rolling.
Why don't you fire that off that sound for me, Shu? So all you New York Mets fans, Chris Schubert, this goes out to you. The best and the worst as the Yankees go 4-0 to open the weekend. Where the Mets go? 0-3 for the first time in a decade. So for that, I give all the G2G protein bars to the Mets fans to keep them focused. So hopefully get a W before the season is over.
You are magnanimous. Mine is similar to what you were just discussing. How in the wide world of sport can this happen? It is the women's basketball tournament in Portland, Oregon. The teams are North Carolina State and Texas. When they started warming up, you could see the court. The three-point lines were incorrect the way they were drawn up. They were 9 inches short on each end of the court, away from the top of the key, 9 inches short. So the officials recognized it, went to both coaches. Coaches said, we don't want to delay the game. We would rather play. Let's just play it the way that it is. And they did. North Carolina State ended up winning that game, beating Texas. But how in the wide world of sport would you not know where the three-point line is when you're in the midst of a tournament?
Well, I don't know if it's them. I mean, it was the vendor that made the mistake.
Sure. Yes, yeah.
It's who they hired to put it down there. So the thing that I found amazing about it is the fact that the coaches even noticed it. Well, that's something you kind of look and you see both coaches going foot by foot by foot, trying to measure it off. That's not something you do every game.
No. And how many games did they play prior to this game? At least 4 of their games?
3 other 4.
Three or 4 other games?
Yes.
Is that NCAA supposed to check that?
Yes.
Check, double check?
Yes.
So who gets a G2G protein bars, Jimmy?
For the imbeciles that painted the court with the line 9 inches short.
By the way, if you want to win G2G protein bars for an entire year, you can win right now by texting G2G to 59925. That's text G2G to 59925. You can do it daily. and standard message and data rates do apply. That's G2G protein bars now available at the refrigerated section in Costco. Funny story, many years ago, Rutgers was playing Arizona State in the Insight Bowl. Right, and Coach Giano was with Rutgers, and they're playing Arizona State, and their practice facility was Scottsdale Community College. And I was what they call a team liaison. Myself and two other guys are with the coach or with the Rutgers team for the entire week, and you go to practices, press conferences, all that stuff. Well, we were getting ready. There's a practice, like one of the first practices, and Greg Schiano comes over to us. And he's all pissed off, and he's like, guys, he goes, this is bull. This field is not lined correctly. It's too short. It is not. He went out there. He's walking in. He's doing his whole thing. So what do? We get the turf guy in. We bring our measurement guy. And sure enough, we were right. We were right on. And Greg Schiano had to kind of put his head in the sand because he was wrong. He also did one other thing. He made us pull a kid who was flying one of those remote airplanes around the fields of Scottsdale Community College because he thought it was a spy from Arizona State trying to get planes. This is before drones.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's 15, 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Greg Schiano.
Scottsdale Community College was known for guys flying the remote airplanes around there forever and a day.
Right.
Was he complaining it was 53 and a third or 53 yards, or was it length or width of the whole field?
It was the width.
The width.
Okay. The width was too short.
Yeah, and it's 53 and a third. So you guys measured it's 53 and a third. Talk about anal Andy. I mean, lighten up, coach. Get yourself ready for that game. Matter of fact, I remember that ASU beat Rutgers in that game. Rudy Carpenter was the freshman quarterback that ended up winning that game in the Insight Bowl. Good game.
We had Tom Chambers on the first hour, so we didn't get into the top headlines. We will do that next here in a couple minutes. A little bit later, kind of give you an idea what we're going to talk about. We will talk about the first weekend of Major League Baseball. Bob Nightingale from USA Today. He will stop by. Going to have a little fun with a little April Fools today, so we'll have that in the second hour. Got some news in regards to the Coyotes Arena. I don't know if you guys saw it. You probably didn't because it was in the Sports Business Journal.
1 minute.
And it hit today, and it's some interesting information that I'll share about Major League Soccer, both men and women possibly coming to Mesa. And it's not an April Fool's joke. So I will bring that to you a little bit later as well. We're just getting started. We're out here at Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Casey Walsh will join us a little bit later as well to break down what's left this week. We got some NIT games to bet as well as the tournament on the weekend. It's Rock, it's Manuch, Jimmy B, and Jackson. Shoe back in the studio. This is Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
It's quite all right.
Arizona men's basketball forward Paulius Morauskas will enter the transfer portal. He has 3 years of eligibility remaining. A good opening weekend for the D-backs. They went 3-1 against the Rockies. Play continues with the undefeated Yankees in town for a 3-game set. Ryan Nelson draws the start in the opener. Suns take on the Pelicans to wrap up their 5-game road trip. Phoenix is 8th in the West at 43-31. State Farm Stadium ready to host the Final Four. The action starts Saturday with Purdue against NC State in the first game and UConn at Alabama following them up. The championship game plays out a week from today. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This month's fever is here, and it might be time for that vasectomy. Call the experts. Purely Vasectomies. 844-NO-SPERM. 3 Valley locations. That's Purely Vasectomies at 844-NO-SPERM.
Fogco, the Valley's original manufacturer of high-pressure fog systems, has been cooling their customers for over 35 years. Fogco provides their customers with results that exceed their expectations, with reliable misting and fogging solutions that you can count on all summer long. Head to fogco.com.
When you use your electric vehicle in autopilot or self-driving mode, accidents can still happen. Whether you're considered at fault or not, you may still have a claim. Lerner & Rowe has a dedicated team skilled in this new science. We are the first law firm in America with the ability to review the proprietary software and hold electric vehicle manufacturers responsible. If you or a loved one were injured in an electric vehicle accident, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Join Fox Sports 910's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for their Hoops Finals weekend in the new showroom at Talking Stick Resort. Win cash with free props and squares contests, plus 3 big screen TVs. giveaways. That's the Hoops Finals weekend at Talking Stick Resort, April 6th and 8th.
Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale on Bell Road is your home for pool, poker, and trivia. And now, the new Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Stop by today and experience top sports viewing, off-track betting, and ice-cold Roc and Manuch Lager drafts.
Duke Sports Grill on Miller and McDowell.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Come enjoy all the basketball playoff action on the big screens at Duke's.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, and trivia nights.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Cheer on our team.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Great food with daily specials.
Where Dukes, Miller and McDowell.
Start clean with Clorox because Clorox delivers a powerful clean every time. Because messes happen. Because.
Hey, listen, remember how you told me to toss those takeout containers before we left for vacation? And you were like, I'm serious. If that leaks over the counter, it'll be a slimy abomination by the time I get back. And I was like, yeah, of course. Don't worry about it. I won't forget. Well.
Ooh, yeah, that happens. So start clean with Clorox. Use Clorox products as directed. Rinse after use if in contact with food surface.
Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Sports fan, you are locked with Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
So the NCAA men's basketball Final Four is set. It'll be right here in Phoenix. Pretty excited about that. Is my number 11 NC State. I am so excited about them. They're my favorite team. They finally got through. I mean, it's been a while.
1983 when they made that unbelievable run to win.
I'll never forget. I was in the. I was in the
kindergarten,
9th grade.
Oh,
9th grade. Yeah, big fan. So they shocked Duke 76-64, Elite Eight. And Jax, put your headset on because you'll like this. So I will tell this. I just want to first of all, whoa, I forgot. FanPick'em.com.
Oh boy, here
yes,
we
you're
go.
in first place, Rock.
Am I still? I haven't looked. I haven't looked. See,
I'm in second.
Oh my God,
Jimmy's making a move.
I'm killing you guys.
Yeah.
160 to 150, and then Jimmy B out of nowhere, 148.
Yep,
and then everybody else. What happened, Shu? You were up there with me for a couple days, and then you just kind of plummeted it because baseball season started.
We're on to Cincinnati.
Well, anyway, I'm just gonna kind of pat myself on the back.
Go ahead, Rob. Let's just stop you now.
We live in a world where freedom of speech, right? We still have that.
Yeah,
at least we do now. I won every one of my bets this weekend.
Wow, now that is impressive. How many bets did you have? One?
How many games were there?
There are a lot of games.
We're talking
16 and then
NCAA basketball.
Did you bet the women as well?
No, there were
okay,
4
just
games.
checking. Just checking.
Was it Sweet 16 or just Elite 8?
I won the Elite 8.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
All 4
All
games.
right. Okay.
Rock, you had that. And that NC State, so you like that NC State thing.
9 straight. Why not?
Yeah.
Be honest with you, the reason why my nephew goes there, so that kind of is one of the reasons why I've been following him a little bit. Like I was going to wear my NC State shirt today, but I'll probably wear that on Thursday.
Yeah, don't jinx them now, Rock. Don't be jinxing
I don't
them.
want to do that.
They got a hell of a team.
But I'm more excited about this year's basketball than I have been in, and I don't know how long. And I think betting has a lot to do with it.
Well, sure.
Because last year I dabbled a little bit with DraftKings, but then this year, I'm betting all the time.
Like you're all in now?
And I'm chasing games. I bet first half, second half. And I don't bet a lot. I just bet.
Right.
I'm all about, not quality, quantity. And, so I had 46 bets to start the tournament. Yeah.
46?
Yeah, but they're $5 bets.
Well, I know.
Low risk, high reward.
How can you keep track of all that?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Jimmy, there's this thing called a cellular phone, a smartphone.
It's an app.
Keeps track of.
Yeah, it's an app. So
like your bank account online, Jimmy. You have that where you can go to you got an app on your phone.
I have it on my iPad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It keeps track of that way. Well, if you got a little extra credit there too, Rock, that always helps to be a little more aggressive. You're out in front.
Credit.
Well, if you're out in front with your bets and you're betting so much,
Yeah.
you got more cachet that way.
And I put all my bets in for the Final Four already. I did literally after the buzzer went off.
Wow.
As soon as it went, I jumped on. I think I got 11.5 for UConn.
That's right.
I took UConn.
Okay.
I think they're unstoppable.
They're unstoppable.
They really are. I mean, they're just they make it look so easy. And for them to blow out Illinois at 77-62 or something like that, it was.
I don't know if we
seamless.
Jimmy, I don't know, in your annals of time, have you ever seen a 30-0 run in the
I have
Elite
never
Eight?
seen that. I have never seen a 30-0 run, and that's what UConn did in that game to Illinois. Unbelievable.
It's like we were trying to play a drinking game. Couldn't do it.
Not with a 30
The next time
run.
Illinois
I'm
scores.
sitting there, and I'm like, come on. I mean, it was my turn. It was my buddy's turn to drink. He had to wait like 6 minutes.
You thought you were watching a scrimmage at UConn practice.
Yeah.
Where they're going up and down the court, and just scoring at will. And you talk about just breaking the will of the Fighting Illini. I mean, that's what it was. I've never seen a 30-0 run. Maybe 15, 17.
Seen that before.
Yeah, but not 30.
Not 30.
30 to zip. I mean, talk about turning the tide and going, wow. I guess this team's pretty damn good when they got down a little bit there in the first half. You're like, whoa, man. Fighting Illini going to give them a game. Is this it? No, it wasn't.
Second half, they just exploded.
Did anybody have Alabama in their Final Four?
I
did
did
go
not.
to Alabama.
No way.
No,
not at all.
I didn't have NC State in the Final Four either.
Yeah, I don't think anybody had them either. But I just think that's such a remarkable story. And they have some characters. I mean, they got a couple DJs, which is kind of fun. And, DJ Horner played at Arizona State. Now, of course, there. And then the big fella. Oh, my gosh.
Burns.
He's
DJ
so
Burns.
much fun to watch. Now, here's the thing about NC State. 4 out of the 5 starters are graduates.
Yes.
And then what's the other one? A senior?
No, he's a junior.
Junior, okay.
Diarra.
I mean, no wonder why they're having success.
Experience.
That's
They
why
looked
John.
at Duke, they had one senior on that starting 5.
That's why John
One.
Calipari said game's changing. You can't go all freshmen all the time. You got to
You
have guys
can't.
that stay.
You really
and you got to
can't.
win in the transfer portal.
And and it showed. And NC State could win this all. They really could.
They could.
Playing
with a lot of confidence.
That's the thing. And how the big guy stacks up against your Duke boy.
Edie.
Well, I can tell you
Purdue boy.
right now against Purdue, they've got a real problem because Edie is going to match up against Burns.
Stop.
Burns is 6'7", 275.
6'9".
That they list him at that. He's 6'7", 275. And Edie is legit 7'4", 300.
Time out.
They're going to bump in. I'm telling you right now, Burns is used to using that big body to move people. He's not going to move Edie.
They're not going to guard.
Burns is tell you right now. We don't care.
Burns is not going to guard Edie. It's going to be Diarra.
I know that, but Diarra will be in foul trouble so fast they'll have to make that adjustment. I'm just telling you right now, and people only look at Edie. The other players on that Purdue team, they can score from anywhere.
I don't know. It didn't look like that against Tennessee.
They can score from anywhere. Edie was just in the zone, and they went to him time and time again.
Well, Edie was bound and determined to win that game.
He was.
He wanted the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 40 points. I mean, he's like begging for that pick and roll.
Yep.
Laying it here. But I mean, I'm intrigued to see when you watch Burns. I mean, this shot of his. I mean, you kind of stagger. He gets down low. You just kind of flicks it. And nothing but net. And so that's a thing that's going to be intriguing for me to watch how they handle him. I know they'll probably double team Edie or whatever, but I mean, with Burns and that shot, that big body, he has his way. He's backing down anybody, Jimmy.
He won't back down
anybody.
Edie, but I will tell you this. Think in the NBA, he can't jump. He's not really swift of foot. He has terrific footwork, and he gets to a spot where he can get his shot off. Who does he remind you of?
I'm going to go way, way back.
Okay,
Oliver Miller.
Close.
That's a good one. I go back to Wes Unseld and go back to that era.
Unseld was a much better player. Zach Randolph, lefty, and had great years for the Portland Trailblazers, and then in Memphis, couldn't jump, couldn't run, and yet he was like a 12 or 13-year NBA pro.
Let me throw another one at you. L.J. Shelton,
Fair. Oh, Lonnie Shelton.
Lonnie Shelton.
That's fair.
Many years, but but you know what? He moves pretty damn good.
He does. I mean, he's got great
underneath, Jimmy.
Great footwork. I can't wait. It's a classic matchup.
You know, and a lot of people didn't know about this kid because he's from Fort Mill, South Carolina. That's where my parents live. And they played at Winthrop, which is a really cool campus. If you ever get a chance to go to that part of the country, it's just absolutely beautiful. But, you know, he's just one of those guys. He's so likable. You know, he plays the tuba. He plays the piano, the saxophone. He owns vending machines. I mean, the guy is just a character that I wish I got to know him sooner. Because I don't think he's an NBA player.
Well,
I mean, is he?
No.
I mean,
he might be an NFL football player.
Might be a left tackle. You know, the other thing too is this kid's a leader, and I like the excerpt when he said he gathered the team, was halfway through the year, and said, "Look, we need to start. If we start showing up on time, we start taking these games serious, and we put our heart and soul into every one of these games. We've got talent." For that young man to say that to that team, gather the troops and say, "Look, we need to get bought in, guys. You need to start showing up on time." And you just start making sure that you're ready to go every day. I thought that was profound. And there you go. You look at this team, and they're hot for the tournament.
They were going to fire Kevin Keats as the North Carolina State head basketball coach. He was going to be out the door. They had lost 9 of their last 11 heading into the ACC tournament. They sweep the ACC tournament, and now they're swept themselves right into the Final Four. It's a great story.
And I think we'll talk to Casey Walsh from the book here at Casino Arizona. You wonder how much is going to be put on them.
Oh, yeah.
Because the story, it's such a great story. And you think about this, for us living here in Phoenix, economical impact, where these 4 teams are coming from are all over the place. And they're all going to travel. Bama's going to travel. NC State's going to travel. Of course, UConn, they're going to travel.
Purdue.
I mean, Purdue, oh my gosh.
They'll be here.
They're all coming from, cold weather cities. And here we are. 75
to your point about betting the Final Four early, when you see people lean on NC State, you're going to see that line go to 9.5. Or would you got it at 9.5? It's probably going to go 7.5,
I got
6.5.
Whatever it opened with.
I think it was 9.5.
Yeah,
it's going to go down to 7.5 by tip off, and those 2 points are big.
Absolutely, and I didn't think they were going to win the other day. I just took the 6.5 that I had, so it's like I was excited, and I even got out early. I cashed out early. One thing I've been doing a lot of is I'm cashing out early. So if I know that I doubled my money and
you're getting out,
I only got maybe 5 minutes left in the game, it's a difference of a few bucks. I'll get out just in case there's a run on the other team.
It's interesting. You hear DJ Horn after these games and former Sun Devil and talking about the competition, being ready, how that all the non-conference and playing in this particular conference as far as the ACC. And he didn't really throw it back or through shade at issue. Just said it is competition. You got to be ready to go. You got to be sharp. And the group of players I play with are also outstanding. So when you see a guy make a move from ASU to get somewhere where they have that talent, maybe going to the next level, but they have a chance to win it all, you're going to see, and that's the problem with ASU right now, is they can't keep those guys that are that talented like a DJ Horn who's moved on.
This portion of the program is brought to you by All City Towing. If you're looking for a career change that has great benefits, great pay, All City Towing continues to hire new team members. Head to allcitytowing.com and search careers. That's All City Towing, statewide service, and they answer your call 24/7. Again, just check out their website, allcitytowing.com. Got some police blotter to share with you next. And football at 50. Bob Nightingale at the top of the hour. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. You're out here at the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino.
This is the Herd.
You're excited. I'm excited.
With Colin Cowherd.
JJ McCarthy, he says, game manager, exceptional management skills. Kirk Cousins is old, expensive, and not mobile. And he just got $45 million in Atlanta. JJ McCarthy is young, cheap, and mobile. So Kevin O'Connell, the Vikings coach, who I think is going to go try to get McCarthy, he'd like him.
This is the Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Postseason college hoops are here. Watch all the games at Twin Peaks. Enjoy incredible Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale draft specials from Four Peaks Brewing during all the games. Plus, sign up for a free Win 910 on 910 bracket contest at fanpick'em.com. Win Twin Peaks fan cards at all rounds. Twin Peaks, your basketball headquarters.
Beat the heat this summer and get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shade experts. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned and making shady deals in the Valley for over 40 years. That's thehouseofcanvas.com.
You may not have any experience dealing with car wrecks, but Lerner and Rowe does. After your car wreck, you need an attorney to make sure your interests, like car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages, are protected. Finding the right attorney is actually easy. Just look for reputation, experience, and results. Lerner and Rowe has thousands of 5-star reviews, decades of experience, and we've recovered billions of your clients. Hurt in a wreck and need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
If you haven't tried G2G protein bars, today is the day. Find them in your local Costco's refrigerated section or online at g2gbar.com. Incredible taste and packed with protein. They are perfect for your on-the-go lifestyle. Check them out today.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision?
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See cap.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right. Y'all gotta try that Febreze car. Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of dancing all over Febreze car clips right on your face. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ.
Get the football at 51st and then throw the police spotter whenever you want.
Sports fans' paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Too late.
Let's get ready for football.
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910, the iHeartRadio app.
So we try to keep the trend of always talking about Brock Purdy on the show. Every day it's Brock Purdy. And today's no different here on April, and it's not even an April Fool's, as Brock Purdy is going to get just over $739,000 from the NFL on their performance-based pay. So each year they kind of put this money together as the NFL compensates players another $393.8 million from last year. So this is based on playing time, salary levels, with the intent of giving, extra money to players who performed better than or beyond their contracts. And of course, Brock was one of them. His base salary was $985,000. Comes out to $739 and some change thousand. That's 75% is what he makes on that with that additional check. So not bad.
Not bad at all. And that's probably what, $3.5 million less than what Caleb Williams made at USC. And doing a lot of endorsements, which is trying to catch up. But after next year, I'm sure they'll get that nice extension of moving into one maybe top-tier type played quarterbacks going into his fourth year.
He's the only quarterback in the top 25 that got there. So it's basically based on offensive alignment. Former Ravens guard John Simpson, he topped the list with a payout of just over $974,000, which was nearly double his salary after playing last season on a one-year minimum contract, which was $1 million. And now he signed a 2-year deal with the Jets last month that he'll earn up to about $18 million.
Well, any of those guys on that rookie contract, any little bit helps aside from the incentives that Brock had with the 49ers. That on top of it gets him, not even close to on par with the top seeded quarterbacks are making. But good for him to go ahead and make any extra cash he can until the following year.
And some sad news as Vontae Davis, the former cornerback, was found dead today at the age of 35 in his home in Florida. If you remember, he made headlines a few years ago when he was playing for the Bills when he retired at halftime during a game against the Chargers. Still no idea what may have happened today, but right now they said there's no foul play. But let's hope that's
Yeah,
the
let
case.
that
But
play
at
out.
the same time, our thoughts and prayers go to the Vontae Davis.
You know, that was really odd because when he left, he kind of alluded to that, don't know how long you're going to play. You make sure that from the mentality standpoint of your life after football was very, very interesting. A tale that, hey, look, I'm leaving, but to leave at halftime. And once I think a lot of the people found out, or the players, okay, if you just feel it wasn't there, you wanted to preserve yourself as a cornerback, you're taking a lot of hits. At that point, you wanted to walk away, you just walked away. That was really odd to see that during the game.
It was absolutely stunning that took place. Manuch, in your playing days, I know that you didn't have anybody walk out, say, at halftime, but I'm sure that you've talked to a lot of players who quit after, like, the end of the season thinking, okay, I can't deal with this mentally anymore.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of that, and I think a lot of guys in those days really didn't put that much attention to the mental side of the game. You just played up. If you got dinged, you got banged up, you just played. And I think the guys that decided that they'd had enough of those guys had like 3 or 4 or 5 knee surgeries, shoulder surgeries that were really banged up more physically than mentally, because this whole mental side of pro football or even college football, probably the last 10 years has been the focus, where guys are going, man, I've had a lot of concussions. Maybe I bow out now while I still got my cognitive skills around me and move on from there. Back in those days, it was that you showed up and played as long as you could.
All right, so police blotter, former Detroit Lions corner Cam Sutton has turned himself into the police in Florida. This comes after a warrant was issued on March 7th for him, and he was facing felony charges on domestic battery by strangulation. He was released by the Lions shortly after they had heard of these legal troubles. So he was kind of hiding for a while, and then finally turned himself in.
Well, that's the best bet, because at this point, if he comes in, gives his side of the story, whatever that story is, and again, folks, until they convict him or all comes together, just so many over the last few years. We talk about Rashee Rice, in this whole situation with his car that either owns or leases the Lamborghini. The two guys getting in a wreck, 2 cars, a Corvette and Lamborghini, and they flee the scene. And you don't know if Rice was part of that or not, but if this is his car, it's registered. They know, the Dallas police know. You got to come forward and step up and say, hey, look, though I lend that car out to these 2 guys, blah, blah, blah. These are the 2 guys. Take care of everything right now before they arrest you on a warrant and go find you. And I'm sure the NFL and the Kansas City Chiefs, what page is that you always talk about, Rock, they have in the manual about people that get in trouble with their teams?
Well, it changes, but it's normally, I think it's usually like page 322.
Yeah. Section B?
Yeah, Section B.
Yeah.
Number 7.
Yeah.
The A, and then 7B.
That's it. That's 7B. Yeah.
The dumbass page?
Well,
no, basically there's a manual that, what happens is the NFL just has to go to this particular page because all these guys get, in the police blotter, and they just, all right, it's right there.
Yeah.
And it's also part of the CBA. So, okay, here it is. We can neither conform nor deny. So we can't, we have no comment at this point. That's from the NFL and the Chiefs. I don't understand these guys. And on top of that, I wonder, Rock, out of these individuals they popped, if they had suspended license and suspended insurance on top of it. That's kind of the theme that goes with that as well.
I saw a video of the guys, and I did not recognize Rashee Rice because the video is far away. But you see them get out of the car
and just walk off.
And walk off.
Yeah, while people are hurt.
Yes.
In the other car.
Yeah, and they're just walking away.
And leaving the scene of an injury. And if you are part of that and you're healthy, you're to legally render aid if you can on top of that. Yeah. So not a good look for Rashee Rice, whether he was involved or not.
So there you have it, little football 50 and some police spotter. But we're out here at Casino, Arizona, 101 in McKelps. And just to remind you that this Saturday we will be out at Talking Stick Resort beginning at 3 o'clock. And we invite you to come out. It's free. And all you got to do is come on out and win some money. Not from gambling or from just hanging out with us with our props, our squares.
3 minutes.
A bunch of TVs as well. But we are going to get into some baseball talk in a few minutes as Bob Nightingale will join us. Looking forward to catching up.
Yankees in town.
D-backs take 3 of 4. I wish it was a weekend.
That'd be fun.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday stuff.
Yes. Yeah,
It'll still be packed.
It's going to be absolutely packed. I mean, there's something about the Yankees, and for them right now to be off to a 4-0 start, and Soto, you just give the MVP now. You got that short left field porch over there. So
right field and left field.
And right field.
Yeah.
And just I meant right field. I don't know why I said left field, but it's the right field short
porch. It'll pop up. It's out. From there. Yeah, it's just everybody kind of it's the attention get. Wow, the Yankees are in town. So a lot of folks
but caught up to me today. Didn't even think about it.
Oh, really?
This morning.
Wow.
Didn't even see any promos. Nothing.
Well, I know they were talking about in the broadcast. Yankees coming in for a 3-game series
2 minutes
from that standpoint, and then
I didn't watch much D-backs this weekend at all. I mean, I was watching basketball.
And then with the sports shows last night, same thing. Yankees coming in town. The D-backs winning 3 out of 4, which was good to see. And here comes this Yankees team that swept the Astros 4 games. Came back and I think 2 of the 4.
Two of the 4 they came back.
They came back, and so two teams that are scoring. D-backs scoring a lot of runs, and
they're
Yankees are just winning.
Averaging 8 a game.
32 runs in was it 32 in the 4 games? That's
you
pretty
got
damn good.
1. You got 16 and 1.
Yeah,
so it's hard to kind of look at that average.
Throughout the low, throughout the high, and there's your mean median mode right there. But it's going to be fun. It'll be fun to see these guys going at it. Hey, precursor to the World Series, gentlemen.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
D-backs, Yankees.
They've played 4 games.
Not a chance.
We have 157, 58 games
I'm
play.
just, don't want to just putting it out there. You
I
just
know.
never know.
I know.
After last year, the Yankees struggled, and here they come. And it's it's always when the pinstripes. Of course, they don't wear pinstripes on the road, but when they come in town, boy, everybody's got their attention. They're going way back to the annals of time with the Yankees and the celebrityism that comes with them.
I was fortunate as a young man a few years ago to go to the home opener of Yankees' new stadium.
Okay.
They played the Cleveland Indians.
I think I remember
It
that,
was their
Rock.
first game
30
at home, opening the new stadium. What a treat that was.
That had to be.
I was just bummed I wasn't at the old stadium. I would have liked to go to the
I
old
did a lot of games
And
out
then
of
the
old
next-
Yankee
Of course you
Stadium.
did.
Yeah.
I mean, why? I mean,
20.
Of course.
And they both stink. It's
I
okay.
never did a game from the new stadium.
You did do Shea. You did Shea.
As well.
City Field.
Yep.
No, you didn't.
No, I never did City Field.
10 seconds.
Story time coming back.
No, it wasn't time for story
I
time
know,
on the
wasn't
lineup.
Clear.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
The right price, the right selection. It's all now at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Stop by today and see why Wright Toyota continues to be Arizona's top Toyota dealership, located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Choosing the right lawyer after a car wreck is important. You need to consider the law firm's experience, results, and reputation. Lerner Rowe stands above other law firms when it comes to experience and results, helping over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries. When it comes to reputation, we have thousands of 5-star reviews, and year after year, we have been voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. Call us today and let us put our experience, proven results, and reputation to work for you.
Lerner Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale on Bell Road is your home for pool, poker, and trivia. And now, the new Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Stop by today and experience top sports viewing, off-track betting, and ice-cold Roc and Manuch Lager drafts.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like Alt2K, a commercial-free look back to alternative from the 2000s. Just search Alt2K and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Free never sounded so good.
Mom, I got the job in Manhattan. Do you have a warm enough winter coat? What about your car?
I'm selling it with Kelley Blue Book Instant Cash Offer.
How?
I enter my license plate number, miles, condition, upload photos, and boom, an official cash offer from a local dealership.
A cash offer instantly. Oh, did you call Aunt Stella? She's right there in Massachusetts.
Mom, I literally just got the job.
Not everything is as simple as selling your car with Kelley Blue Book Instant Cash Offer. Price it, fix it, trade it, sell it, KBB.com.
Commit to one day and help keep ozone away. Idling causes air pollution. Please turn off your vehicle when waiting in long lines like school pickups and drive-thrus. You'll save on gas and breathe cleaner air. For more information, visit maricopa.gov/AQ.
Some people think Taco Bell is only for late night. But if that was the case, it wouldn't be open all day. That'd be horrible management. it's also for daytime, which is why Taco Bell is introducing the new Cantina Chicken menu. With new Cantina Chicken tacos, burrito, and quesadilla, with seasoned slow roasted chicken, and even a new avocado verde salsa packet. You should try it today. Emphasizing that word so you don't forget that it's not just for late night.
Introducing the new Cantina Chicken menu, Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations while supplies last. Contact store for participation restrictions.
If spring allergies keep you trapped inside, then you need Navage Nasal Care to keep you breathing clearly and enjoying all the beauties of spring. Navage helps clear nasal passages that are often clogged because of seasonal allergies. Navage gently flushes a pure, refreshing saline solution through your nasal passages to clear out congestion, sucking up that irritants trapped in your nose. Navage is available online at Navage.com or in stores at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, Navage.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
State Farm Stadium is ready to host the Final Four. The action starts Saturday with Purdue versus NC State in the first game and UConn and Alabama following them up. The championship game is a week from today. Arizona men's basketball forward Paulius Morauskas will enter the transfer portal. He has 3 years of eligibility remaining. Good opening weekend for the Diamondbacks. They went 3 for 4 against the Rockies. Play continues for the undefeated Yankees in a 3-game set. Ryan Nelson gets the start tonight. Suns hit the court against the
Right to voicemail for Bob.
5-game road trip. Suns are 8th in the West at 43-31. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker and Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Monday, we're going to continue to see the threat of showers on and off throughout the rest of the afternoon, but those chances will be dwindling as we head into the afternoon. Daytime high only in the low 60s. For tonight, slight chance of showers with those overnight lows dipping into the low 50s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by London Gold.
At London Gold, our lab-grown diamonds are up to half off compared to your friend in a business.
London Gold.
Keep an eye out.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
How about those D-backs? They take the series against the Colorado Rockies. Brandon Balt tossed 5 innings with one-run baseball, as Christian Walker also clubbed a 2-run homer in the first inning as they go on to win yesterday 5-1. And then tonight they get to host the New York Yankees, a Yankees team that has just swept the Houston Astros on the road. Yes, on the road. Heck of a start for them this season as they are playing some pretty good baseball right now. The Bronx Bombers in town today. We hope to catch up with Bob Nightingale here for the USA Today, get his thoughts on the first weekend of baseball. Is it one of those overreaction weekends? I mean, we talk about that. You know, New York being 4-0, Mets being 0-3, the Pirates 4-0. Wow, that's first time in fourth time in 40 years. And there's some teams. Detroit's only got one loss. I mean, it's only 1 week or one weekend, right, but it's hard not to look at it.
Well, when you take a look at the top teams where we made our selections and then we posted them as to whom we thought would be the division winners and then into the World Series, all of us had the Yankees, the Astros, the Orioles, the Dodgers. I mean, teams that the O's are I think, the outlier right there because they have moved into that kind of conversation. We had the Phillies and the Braves. But what you just referenced, the Pittsburgh Pirates, even the Kansas City Royals came up with a couple of wins in the first 4 games. So it's shocking, except for the Oakland A's. It's shocking the way that the season has opened up. But I always go back to, you got 158 games left to play.
I think it's big, too, as you look at Juan Soto, who's coming in town.
Yeah.
9 for 17. He's batting .529. I don't know if you saw him throw out that game-tying runner at the plate in the 9th inning the other night. I mean, the guy he's just amazing. He was the first Yankee player in expansion era, which is since 1961, to post the go-ahead RBI in 3 of his first 4 games with the club.
Wow.
I mean, he is a fan favorite. A little bit later, we'll go through the back pages of the newspapers throughout the country, and it's all about him.
Well, I think the other thing, too, is, you talk about guys that are hot. Lourdes Gurriel for the D-backs. You look at him, 471, got the 3 dingers. And you look at the RBIs, 10 stay hot. I mean, a guy that's hot. But I think at some point, we saw this with the Diamondbacks last year, just a phenomenal record, first place when they went in the All-Star break. Then they basically faded big time in that second half after the All-Star break. So those are some of the things you just kind of, somewhere in the middle lies the truth with these ball clubs.
Now joining us here on the Right to It, a guest line here on Fox Sports 910. We always nice stuff, take some time, especially on game day. Bob Nightingale joins us now. Bob, at the park, where do you rate the pregame meal there at Chase? How's the pregame there?
It's a not good.
maybe Bob, one of the dog days of summer when things are kind of a little slow and you need something. I'd love to see a story on top 5 media food outlets. Who's got the best? I hear like the Cubs got the worst. I don't know if that's still the case, but so Philly.
I don't know about that. I mean, out west is not good. I mean, the best are out east. The Yankees are phenomenal. I mean, you would pay $60 for that meal. The Mets, Philadelphia, but yeah, that's top of my head. It's always been the East Coast teams.
Got it. Well, it's only one weekend and overreaction time, but what's a bigger story? The Pirates 4-0 for only the 4th time in 40 years, or the Astros 0-4 losing all 4 at home? Bigger story.
We lost them.
We lost them. Son of a what?
It's interesting because you think of how bad the Pirates have been last couple of years, how good the Astros have been. Here the Astros are in the hunt every year.
Every year.
I mean, every year they're there. But
to
again,
lose 4 at home.
Yeah.
That most likely won't happen again this year.
No. Well, and you remember last year they struggled for a while, then they kind of got their act together. But you just go, okay, early on, later on, and but the Pirates, man, they're like in 7th heaven right now. Enjoying it while they definitely can is part of it.
Another story is you look at the D-backs, you look at Corbin Carroll, 3 for 13. No extra base hits in all 4 games, and he got caught stealing.
Yeah.
Not the best weekend for him.
Sophomore hangover? Or guys
too early. It's an overreaction Monday.
No, I'm just throwing it out there. Or how about this? Guys are first time around in the league.
He's back.
Guys learn how to pitch to him, and that's another case.
We got Bob back. Bigger story: Pirates 4-0 or Astros 0-4? Bob, what's the bigger story?
Yes.
Hey, Bob, what's the bigger story? Pirates 4-0 or the Astros 0-4? All 4 of them losing at home.
I got to go Astros. I mean, Pittsburgh, if you recall, remember last year they did the same thing, not 4-0, but remember a hot start, who's a better team? Remember Tampa's going great guns.
You're right.
So Pittsburgh, they fooled us, a million times before. Seemed like they always get to a great start and then fade badly in May. I mean, even April, I remember last year, they were going great guns, and scouts will tell you, hey, $100 says there's no way they'll finish 500, and they didn't even come close. So I got to go Astros. I mean, new manager, they had high expectations, and they're all flat in their face.
With that, Bob, all that being said, you watch this Diamondbacks team, you watch the Yankees. I mean, this is kind of one of those things you think about. Okay, doesn't somewhere in the middle lie the truth as far as whether you're hot or not, and things kind of settle down. And about 2 weeks in, do we start to see those teams settle in? And what is it the Yankees will bring against this hot-hitting D-backs team?
Well, I mean, it's Yankees, 5 fifth starter, then 1 and 2. Obviously, they don't have Garrett Cole, so no, they're not going to face Marcus Stroman. So good matchups there. For the Diamondbacks. So and of course the Yankees are going against their 1 and 2 guys with Gallen and Kelly on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I would think a big advantage there for the Diamondbacks. Yankees. We'll see what happens. I must say they got to a good start last year too, and kind of fade away. Same thing. Baltimore's a heavy favorite, or at least a favorite to AL East, and in the case of the Dodgers and Diamondbacks, and the Dodgers are a heavy favorite.
Bob Nightingale's our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Bob, the series is tonight, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I know they're going to draw big crowds. The Yankees always do. But wouldn't it even be more fun if it was closer to the weekend where people, hey, I don't have to take off work. I can get to the game. I'm just asking that from a fan's perspective.
Yeah, but if you're the Diamondbacks, you're probably going to draw pretty quick on a weekend anyway. So you probably want, the Yankees on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay.
You probably want it more in the summertime. Because you need more fans there with everybody bolting because of the heat. But they'll take the Yankees and Red Sox and Cubs anytime. But this is a great, a great start for the Diamondbacks in the sense, you got the Cubs coming in, the Cardinals coming in. I think Atlanta comes in. So it's a great month of April.
So, Bob, should we expect to see, not that we'll see this play every day, but just a more mature approach? I think what Troy Lavello said about his team this year, because this is a very good, solid lineup. I think maybe a very good staff. Expectations should be high for this team this year, as high as it was last year.
Higher expectations in the sense that, last year it was like, okay, hopefully they have meaningful games in September. Now, if they don't make the playoffs, it's a massive disappointment. I'm not saying, disappointment, not to get the World Series, but certainly to get to the playoffs. But expectations are much higher.
And from that standpoint, when you look at the additions in reference to this Diamondback team, who do you think's the most important now that they got some of the key pitching in the bullpen as well as Suarez at third base?
Yeah, they have a big slugger like that. Love having Suarez position player wise, and then I love having Montgomery to soak up innings. They're going to put a little bit of a limit on the pitchers with Gallen pitching so many innings last year. Kelly threw a lot too, but at least he's a veteran. But I think what Montgomery does allows Troy Lavello, and that you don't have to push Gallen and Kelly, save those bullets in October.
Bob, as always, man, thanks for squeezing in some time today. We appreciate it. We know you're at the park, and always nice enough for you to give us some time. Thank you.
Sure, my pleasure. Thank you, guys.
You got it. Bob Nightingale, USA Today, joining us from Chase Field as get ready for the Diamondbacks-Yankees game tonight, which you'll be able to watch on Channel 34 on Cox, 666 on DirecTV, or you can load the Major League Baseball app, and you can watch the D-backs that way. So good to catch up with Bob. But Yankees in town, 3-game set coming off a 4-game sweep of the Houston Astros. He's brought to you today by the Sportsbook here at Casino Arizona, the CAZ Sportsbook. You can bet the game, watch the game right here in the Sportsbook in Casino Arizona. They got 3 live betting windows, 6 self-service betting kiosks, plus 8 screens displaying all the betting lines. And then, of course, staying with the Casino Arizona trend this weekend, it's our Hoops Final weekend in the new showroom at Talking Stick, just up the street on the 101 at Indian Bend. You can win cash just for watching the games this weekend as we've got props, squares, TVs. It's going to be a lot of fun. We hope that you will join us as well. As we continue, got some sport gossip, your useless knowledge for a Monday, like NCAA basketball viewership, and some April Fool's information. If it's legit or not legit. We'll see if these guys know what if they can figure it out. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them now at your local Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein, so keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
Join Fox Sports 910's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for their Hoops Finals weekend in the new showroom at Talking Stick Resort. Win cash with free props and squares contests, plus 3 big screen TV giveaways. That's the Hoops Finals weekend at Talking Stick Resort, April 6th and 8th.
At Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, there's something that binds us all. The collective goal to transcend the ordinary. Introducing the all-new Ping G730 and i530 irons. The G730 irons are Ping's longest and most forgiving irons, while the i530s fit golfers who want more distance in a player's design and are engineered for higher launch and more. Visit us in store at Vans Golf Shops or online at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Postseason college hoops are here. Watch all the games at Twin Peaks. Enjoy incredible Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale draft specials from Four Peaks Brewing during all the games. Plus, sign up for free Win 910 on 910 bracket contest at fanpick'em.com. Win Twin Peaks fan cards at all rounds. Twin Peaks, your basketball headquarters.
You looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. A letter in your mailbox says you could save money bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive. Bad news. You saw it after your teenager backed the car into the mailbox. Dumb news. A new mailbox, basically a box on a stick, costs up to $400. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and go with paperless mail instead. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Well, it's almost time for April Fools.
You stop this foolishness right now.
Hey, Scoop, I think we fooled them.
Wait a minute. You can't fool me that easily.
We don't get fooled again. Everybody plays
You're hot. We pulled it around and went to a movie.
No more fooling around.
All right, April Fool's Day, and it's for amateurs.
I would agree.
But you got to keep your head on a swivel today.
Absolutely,
yeah, you do.
do.
Yeah.
You guys have no idea what's about to hit you. Hour.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. 15 minutes shoot. What about an hour and a half? You say?
Yeah, I would say so.
All right. So everybody's pretty gullible on this day. Hormel Chili is suggesting a solution to the legendary double dipping issue. Then they've come out with these double dippable chips, and the chips have these little holes in the middle, so it makes it easier to kind of snap them into 2 in halves, which allows for double dipping. There's hype video and everything on YouTube. So again, you need to decide if it's April Fool's or legit.
Oh man.
Well, I don't know the answer. You have to go look it
All
up.
right, we'll
I'm
look
not
it
going
up.
to do that work for you too. Heinz is reportedly placing small ketchup dispensing billboards outside of Chicago restaurants today that don't serve Heinz. One of the biggest targets supposedly is McDonald's. They dropped him about 10 years ago after Heinz hired the CEO of Burger King. So that's why they dropped him. So they're urging people to report the restaurants that don't serve their brand. And there's a website called smackforheinz.com, and it's live now. So are you looking for it? What are you watching?
Some crazy video, some guy running on the beach.
We're doing a radio show here, Jimmy B.
I know.
A radio program.
It just popped,
Monday,
popped up.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Yes, I'm
Jimmy
here.
B. You're too busy looking
Now,
on the
No, it
internet.
just popped up out of nowhere.
Now, if this is a prank, if it is a prank, I don't think it is. It'd be super lame. Krispy Kreme claims that they're selling donuts for $4.01 today. $4.01. Now, it's legit because you only get a deal if you purchase another dozen donuts at full price. That's pretty lame.
That's where they make that up.
But when you think of some of the best sports-related April Fool's pranks,
okay,
we go back to '85. SI,
Mm-hmm.
they claimed that Sid Finch,
oh yeah,
the rookie pitcher,
yes,
for the New York Mets, was going to play for the Mets. They said he could throw 168 miles
Yes.
an hour.
Photos and all. With that
Yeah,
one.
I mean, fans, New York Mets went nuts. The magazine was flooded with requests, and information was this guy didn't even exist.
No, it doesn't exist at all.
That was classic. Okay, I'm anxious to go. Okay, wait a second. April Fool's. For why I gotta watch this guy pitch. Got to see, and then you go, oh, it's April Fool's.
The one I know I got hooked on this one because I'm from Philadelphia area. I worked at Taco Bell as a kid, and in '96, Taco Bell said they bought the Liberty Bell. and they were going to rename it the Taco Liberty Bell, which is brilliant. 14 years ago, April Fool's prank, Ben & Jerry's announced the world's first virtual ice cream. They claimed you could test the flavor of the ice cream just by licking your computer. If only that was true, right? But one of the best of all time is the prank involving Kyle Kendrick of the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, it was orchestrated by Brett Myers. This was in 2008, that he was traded to the Giants in the Japanese Central League, Kobayashi Amara or something like that. And it's probably one of the greatest pranks of all time in Major League Baseball. I think it has to be. So I believe, did you pull some of this for me, Stu?
Yeah, so what I will say is this is a longer cut. I did knock it down a little bit, but this is the full prank in its entirety.
Worth it, right? When you say
yeah, 100%. 100%.
Just so you know, the media is in on it.
Yes.
All the players are on it. The general manager's on it.
This is a whole roller coaster of emotions. They talk to him. They tell him what's going on. His agent's in the room. And then they have a player mic'd up, and he goes and tells him. You hear that interaction, and then ultimately the big reveal. This is very well worth it.
And real quick, it took 2 weeks of planning to make sure everybody was on board before they pulled this prank off, and it worked.
What's up, Kyle?
Charlie?
How you doing?
Good, you?
Good. Evidently, Ruben can explain it to you.
It's 3 minutes, but it's so worth it.
I agree.
We made a move today, and we made a trade with the Japanese team, the Moore Giants, and you were one of the guys in the deal.
Listen, Kyle, let me try and explain it to you.
And that's all I
When
know.
I go on this again, I mean, I appreciate what you did last year, how many years for us. Thank you. Appreciate what you've done for us in our organization. You're a classic kid. I think this is a great opportunity for you to make a hell of a lot of money.
I just found out about it a few minutes ago. Hell, I didn't know what was going on. Kind of hit me by surprise.
You got to be there 2 hours early, so it's an early call in the morning, all right? And Dan and Phil get you your stuff. Just take whatever you need. Do you have anything in Philly?
In Philly, no.
Okay.
Best of luck. Thanks. Thank you. We keep an eye on you. Okay.
Yeah.
Let us know if you need anything. Okay, I'll be here.
Anything you want to ask me?
No.
What? You got traded? To what? To who? Nah. To what team? Dude, sorry, man.
You can do it.
Sorry, man. What the hell? Does the guy throw hard? Does he got a good sinker or what?
I have no idea.
They didn't tell you crap about him?
Now we ask.
Whose idea was it? Ruben, is that what that was about? We got him. Hook, line, and sinker.
We play like.
What happened?
I asked him to sign a jersey. He said he's from Japan.
What did your agent say?
When you leave it? Yeah, tomorrow morning, 7:05.
It's real deal?
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
Like for real?
Yeah.
Your agent didn't call you and tell you, but did you have a message from him or anything?
Ruben just called.
Kendrick just got traded to Japan.
Huh?
Kendrick just got traded to Japan for $1.5 million. He's getting this. It's worth it.
Congratulations. Good luck, Kendrick.
In a trade, Kyle Kendrick has been moved to the Yomiuri Giants in exchange for Kobayashi Iwamura. It's a deal that we felt was important for us to make, and the fact of the matter is we're trying to get to the next level. And while Kyle had a hell of a year for us last year, we certainly we felt like we had to do it to kind of take us to the next level. So,
I don't know. Do they have good food in Japan? You shocked now, or
You know what I say? You just got
you're hot.
It turned out that the prank may have been an omen for this team because Myers, Kendrick, the rest of the team, they went on and they win their first World Series in 28 years.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a real tight group, and what a great prank! How much fun was that?
Talk about elaborate.
It was
prank
it
like
really
that.
was,
I mean,
yeah.
you think of team pranks over the years, and you just go, "Wow, that was full-fledged, balls out type of thing." I know that the only pranks we had was when the veterans sent us to go get our free turkeys at Thanksgiving to a certain store. All of us rookies show up. You had to be there by 5 o'clock. I think it was on a Wednesday of that week. Tuesday because it was Thanksgiving was Thursday. So we all go there. We all show up. There must have been, 10 of us, 12 of us will walk in. Hey, I guess we got free turkeys because they put a letter in our locker. So you guys you get free turkeys. It's Thanksgiving. Go see Jim Bob's, deli, blah, blah, blah. We all get there. What are you talking about?
That's great.
And we're like, we get free turkeys. There's no free turkeys. What are we talking about? All of a sudden, I forget if it was Reggie McKenzie comes out of the back room and goes, freaking rookies. So he totally busted. We were so looking forward to getting our turkeys and getting those bad boys, but that was not as elaborate as this thing.
On this day, 20 years ago, Google.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about what?
I was gonna reference a story
about Google.
No, about
on this day.
No, about the Yamamiri Giants, which is an actual team.
All right, hold on. Let's just do it properly.
Hold on.
Let's do
We're
it
gonna
properly.
do this
Gotta do it right.
correctly. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Hit the button. F3. All right. Go ahead, Jimmy.
So the Yamamiri Giants are one of the most popular teams in all of Japan. And that's why I found this so interesting because they use the Yamamiri Giants. Do you know who the greatest player ever who played for the Yamamiri Giants?
Was the home run hitter the great home run?
Correct.
Oh?
Sadaharu O. That is correct. Manuch, you're on fire.
Thank you.
There you
very
go.
much.
Sadaharu O. That's it.
Who'd they trade him for?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Google 20 years ago on this day,
1 minute.
Gmail was born. Gmail, and there right now 1.8 billion people have an active Gmail account. You have a Gmail account? You're Hotmail.
I have
right?
Hotmail.
Yeah, Hotmail.
I'm smoking hot.
He does have
AOL.
he does have a Gmail account, but he doesn't use it.
I don't use it. No. I use Hotmail.
We got some back pages I'll get to a little bit later. I was going to get into the daily news for Shu, but
she's going to take a beating on this show, Mr. Met.
Plus a lot of things. If you think about it, here we are in March. It's by far one of the best months of the year for sports fans.
It was.
Agree.
You got Jimmy's favorite women's Final Four on Friday and Sunday. You have the men's Final Four on Saturday and then Monday. The Masters starts on the 11th. The NBA playoffs on the 20th.
Yeah.
Here we are on the 1st. Stanley Cup playoffs starting the 22nd. Got the NFL draft on the 25th. I mean, there is so much.
A plethora of sports in April.
And baseball going on. So
it's awesome.
Combination of all the above. You have any story about the April? Any kind of April Fool's? What's the worst prank you've had, Jimmy?
Worst prank I've had?
That did somebody on April Fools or pranked you?
Oh, man.
Hold on.
Okay,
oh, boy. I have to wait for Shu again. Here we go again. So I'm.
Or did you prank somebody?
By the way, none of this is like prep. This is all on the cuff right now.
Yes, it is.
Go ahead.
You asked me the question.
I didn't. I was ready to go to break.
Okay, well, go ahead. Then.
All right,
I'll
good.
tell it
All
later.
right. All right. Hey, tomorrow we'll be broadcasting from 1 to 4 from Barrio Queen in Avondale for Taco Tuesday, and our friends at El Bandito Yankee Tequila. You got to try it at Barrio Queen. Next, this is not an April Fool's joke, but there is a Arizona that could help the Coyotes arena financing, as well as there could be a top-level soccer franchise or league, a franchise in a league coming to Phoenix. I'll tell you all about that next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from Casino Arizona.
Clear.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Successful opening weekend for the Diamondbacks was capped by Lourdes Gurriel Jr. being named the National League's Player of the Week. He smashed a trio of homers plus his 10 RBIs, set a franchise record through 4 games. The Suns hit the court versus the Pelicans to wrap up their 5-game road trip. State Farm Stadium is ready to host the Final Four. The action starts Saturday with Purdue against NC State in the first game and UConn at Alabama following them up. The championship game plays out April 8th. Arizona men's basketball forward Paulius Morauskas will enter the transfer portal. He has 3 years of eligibility remaining. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, historic rivalries tip off with shareable bites, and every shot you take is a game winner. All season long, you're balling with 29-degree beer, courtside seats, and scenic views. I mean, where else can you pair wall-to-wall hoops with hard-to-find whiskey? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
This month's fever is here, and it might be time for that vasectomy. Call the experts. Purely Vasectomies. 844-NO-SPERM. 3 Valley locations. That's Purely Vasectomies at 844-NO-SPERM.
Year after year, Lerner Rowe is voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. You may wonder why. The answer is quite simple. Lerner Rowe is so popular because we give every client excellent service and a superior experience. But also the main reason is results. We've recovered billions of dollars for our clients with over $1 billion collected in the last 5 years alone. Our phone lines are always open and our legal team is standing by right now, waiting for your call.
Lerner Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Four Peaks Brewing during all the games. Plus, sign up for a free Win 910 on 910 bracket contest at fanpick'em.com. Win Twin Peaks fan cards at all rounds. Twin Peaks, your basketball headquarters.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Tune in Saturday morning from 9 to 11 for Backspin, the golf show presented by Pigs. Play your best. The Backspin boys take you inside the ropes every week with guests and great debates on the game. Backspin, the golf show on Fox Sports 910.
Duke Sports Grill on Miller and McDowell.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Come enjoy all the basketball playoff action on the big screens at Duke's.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, and trivia nights.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
3 huge patios on the greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Cheer on our team.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Great food with daily specials.
Where Duke's? Miller and McDowell.
Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
You're hot.
All right, now some news about the Coyotes. Now, this is not an April Fool's, at least I hope not. This is according to the Sports Business Journal today. There's a former Coyotes executive Nick Sakowitz, who's endorsing state legislation that he hopes will help a group that's unconnected, that's not connected to the Yotes, to build a mixed-use development near Mesa that could include a pro soccer stadium. Now, if it's passed, the bill could also help this guy finance this mixed-use development by cutting the city out of the process, which we all know when the city's involved, that's an issue.
Yep.
Now, this guy used to serve as the chief business officer for the Yotes from March 2022 to December 2023. Now, he testified last month in front of the Arizona Senate Government Committee in support of a strike everything amendment to the House Bill 2274, which was introduced by Senator Jake Hoffman. Now, a strike everything amendment replaces the entire text of the previous bill that was introduced, but with new language. It's kind of a different topic, but they're trying to circumvent a deadline for induction of this new legislation. Now, the key to this bill, if it's enacted, the legislation would change the rules for the establishment of a theme park district. Now, that's a type of special taxing district that can levy sales tax up to 9% on purchase that are made within that district.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then the developer can then use those proceeds to service the construction-related debt. Now, the bill, which the committee recommended to the full Senate by a 4-2 vote, is going to allow a county would allow the county to establish this district without the city government approval. Now, that's big. It would also allow for more than just one theme park district in the county. And that's what it comes down to, this theme park district. Now, the bill has not been passed on the Senate floor calendar yet, so it's not there. But if it is passed by the Senate, the bill would require the House approval, and Katie Hobbs, the governor, would have to sign it. Now, you want to know who this guy is, this Sakowitz. Now, he's a former chief business guy, as I mentioned, for the Yotes for just over a year. He's currently the CEO of the USL Hartford United Soccer Group. He's also part of a player development group, has a bunch of other owners. One is former Phoenix Firebird, who we used to have on the show, is Terry Bross. Remember, he's an agent. He's an agent for hockey and baseball. There's a bunch of other guys involved in these big, money guys, private equity guys. So what this means is now Arizona Coyotes are saying they're not connected with this guy at all, or with this group at all. But what I'm finding here is these guys are trying to get an MLS team here or a women's pro soccer, the NWSL, which, watching highlights on television this weekend, they had just opened the last week, and they're drawing some big numbers.
Sell out in Kansas City.
Yeah, you got Phoenix Rising, which won the championship last year, right?
Yep.
In the USL. So women's soccer, I think, would do well here. I think, but I haven't seen any expansion on this yet for MLS. Phoenix has not been mentioned. It really hasn't at all. So we know about Desert Ridge for Phoenix, but the question is, how would this bill benefit the Coyotes? Because I told you the Coyotes are not connected. They have said that they have not connected at all. If they have the opportunity for this to be a theme park district and they win that land auction, they could then use those dollars to help pay for the complex, right? So what Gutierrez had said, of course, the CEO, they would not want to do that. However, they would come up with what he calls a voluntary user fee for those who spend money at the area.
Right.
Okay.
Now, that may not go well politically. Would you pay a user fee to go to a Coyotes game?
Well, look at all the fees we pay now for concerts or whatever.
So would you do another one? Because I remember the Diamondbacks are going down this road.
Sure, if that's part
they were trying to do it. Diamondbacks said, no, we're not going to do that. We don't want our fans to have to pay for it.
If that's part of your tickets, it's part of the whole thing. And I mean, if
it's in the ticket
you get
price.
feed up the wazoo. So we're used to that now.
No, but this isn't what this wouldn't be on the tickets. You get a burger, there's going to be another sales tax on there.
Well, it sounds like
beer. There's no sales.
Well, the motivation here is because of the revenue, the sales tax, the compilation of incorporating a theme park with the soccer, and then the benefactor for the stadium to have all those benefactors sounds like a tie-in. Now, my whole thing is, when would this be voted on? Because you got the Yotes coming down the wire here in mid-June.
This week we're supposed to hear a date.
Well, hopefully that scenario plays out, or they can marry the two, and this way that helps the Coyotes in reference to the financing and having other revenues come together, and it's a win-win for only the county, for the Yotes as well.
All
too.
right, but if this is voted on and passed, will the city of Mesa then have to take a vote like what we saw in Tempe, and it was voted down in Tempe?
There's the city, and then there's the Maricopa County.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
this means the city would be out.
City's
and
out.
It would just be Maricopa.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
there's probably a good chance they can make Maricopa work.
Yes.
Because you get the board of supervisors
this
and what have you.
Mesa it's a mixed-use development. It's roughly 200 acres.
Okay.
And I don't know exactly where it is, but they're saying it would be the stadium would be the anchor, and it would be for professional soccer.
Sure. And again, hopefully if this passes any kind of voting, the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors, they approve one soccer for the Coyotes arena, for retail, for commercial, whatever. I could see a expansive, maybe not so much office or apartments, but if it's going to be a theme park scenario, the soccer stadium, and then you also have the hockey arena combined in whatever ancillary retail they add to it. Because I think of this, I can already see a lot of the subsidiaries from it. But this has got to happen pretty quickly if it's going to come down the pike.
Yeah.
But the good thing is the Yotes have in their back pocket, they can always, if this falls apart let's say by the end of May, and they can't get it to go, they still have mid-June to go bid on that property in North Phoenix.
Here's my follow-up question then, Rock, is that you referenced in that story that there hasn't really been any expansion talk or Phoenix talk in the MLS, the Major Soccer League, at all.
No, there hasn't.
No. So the main problem with Phoenix is they don't want to play those soccer games in 118 degrees during the course of the summer.
Absolutely. That's, I think, the issue.
Yes.
But for the women's league, they are looking for expansion, and they would probably play outside.
Probably.
I don't know. I look at the way baseball used to be played here with the Phoenix Firebirds. Granted, it was AAA, but it still averaged 5,000-6,000 a night, and it was hot.
Yeah,
but it wasn't humid.
I think the thing I think of here is from the county and from the legislatures. Okay, the cost and how much the Yotes will incorporate. So I can hear the Yotes go, "Hey, look, we'll put in, if you can give us the finance or give us the subsidiaries on the leasehold of a land, we can go ahead and pay for the building. And then if you're going to pay for a soccer facility or facilities or a soccer facility that incorporates the men and women's with either a roof or expandable or something like that, then you start to see money shared. But again, that's got to go through pretty quickly to see what the costs are going to be. And to your point, Rock, the reason why they're putting those fees in there is to cover those that they're going to come out with up front.
So under this current law, Maricopa County and the city of Phoenix both would need to be on board with the establishment of a theme park district. So if this bill is enacted, only approval from Maricopa County would be required. Now, this is significant because the city of Phoenix lease, its footprint is city owned.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know how this would affect the Suns if they want some economical assistance. If they wanted there was a competing facility or something around them. So I just saw this before we came on, so I didn't have a lot of time to kind of really break it down. But I do think that this is going to, it'll be probably in the Business Journal today, maybe the Republic tomorrow. I'm sure Craig Morgan will be all over it. And then hopefully we can bring on some guys later in the week. But I'm anxious to see if soccer's coming back to Phoenix. You remember we used to have indoor soccer with the Sand Sharks many, many years ago. But, these bills really affect a lot of different, businesses.
Yeah, and Chase Field is also city-owned as well, too. But the one thing you think of is you hate to have those teams leave that city from their revenue and moving on to Mesa. And if they say, okay, here's how we'll satisfy that, we're going to share the revenue, share the taxes with the other cities.
If this bill goes in, wouldn't this help them for Desert Ridge? Because they keep saying near Scottsdale, but it's Phoenix.
Yeah.
So Phoenix wouldn't have any say in what goes on over there.
They wouldn't. It'd be if it's Maricopa County, they would kind of oversee what goes here, what goes there, if that's approved. So the legislation and the county approves it because it's all Maricopa County, how they distribute it. But I think of the potential developers who got their eye on that 56th Street and 101 are going, well, damn, they may move over to Mesa on a 200-acre facility. We would lose that on our revenue if we built commercial there. See what I'm saying? Commercial retail. So this is for the Yotes. It's like, okay, we got an option.
I've always been against, or I used to be always for the fans paying for stadiums because I thought it was great for the city and this and that.
Sure, yeah.
The older I get, I'm that guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, Coyotes, just pay for it. Build it yourself. You'll make money from the league. You'll make money from sponsorships. You'll make money from everything else. And you're going to make money on commercialism, meaning commercials, property and stuff like that.
Well, they were going to do that in Tempe until the idiots voted it down.
No, those idiots were all 60-plus people.
Yeah,
that
they
didn't
were.
understand. And I think the Coyotes only spent $1 million or so, $1.5 million, to campaign for that. And they just did a poor job of campaigning to the younger generation,
I would agree.
which they needed to do to get that passed. I wish that would have passed. I would have just made it so much.
That was
easier.
a home run.
I agree.
That was a home run.
I agree.
Is Casey here today? Yes, he is. Casey Walsh will join us next. Sportsbook. We'll look back at the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 lines, as well as look ahead to the early lines for the Final Four. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear. This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
Ice Cube offered Cleveland Clark $5 million to play in the Big Three.
This is with no disrespect to him. She is too big for the Big Three. And not only that, Chris, she's too big for the WNBA.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, coupling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
Make plans to join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for their Hoops Finals weekend at the new showroom at Talking Stick Resort. Win cash with free props and squares contests during all 3 games, plus a big screen smart TV given away during each game. 3 big ones. That's cash and prizes just for watching the games in the new showroom and sportsbook in Talking Stick Resort. And best of all, it's free. It's the Hoops Finals weekend at Talking Stick Resort. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
Beat the heat with a patio misting system from Fogco. Let Fogco design the perfect misting system for your patio, pool, or leisure areas. Stay cool all summer with Fogco patio misters. Get a free quote at fogco.com. That's FOGCO.com. Fogco, serving the Valley for over 35 years.
Postseason college hoops are here. Watch all the games at Twin Peaks. Enjoy incredible Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale draft specials from Four Peaks Brewing during all the games. Plus, sign up for a free Win 910 on 910 bracket contest at fanpick'em.com. Win Twin Peaks fan cards at all rounds. Twin Peaks, your basketball headquarters.
At Cox Mobile, we know you're smart. You brush your teeth in the shower to save time, make coffee ice cubes for your cold brew, and wear goggles to cut onions. You also added Cox Mobile. So smart. Now you're running on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability and saving on your Cox internet. It's ingenious, just like you.
Aw, thanks.
Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. Cox postpaid internet required. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. to H 2023. Other restrictions apply. Learn more at cox.com/mobile.
Tax Talk with Straight Talk.
You give and you give. This tax season, you get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and data. New Samsung Galaxy A15 for just $99. So you can give your janky phone to your kid. Good talk.
Switch to Straight Talk for plans starting as low as $25 a line per month for 4 lines. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. For network management purposes, visit StraightTalk.com. Device offer ends 4/14/24. In-store activation on single Silver Unlimited plan or higher required. Family plan discount with 4 lines all on the Silver Unlimited plan. Taxes and fees apply.
Time for the best bets, locks, and daily wager picks, courtesy of the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Now joining the guys is CAZ Sportsbook expert Casey Walsh.
From Boston.
Exclusively on Fox Sports 910.
You're hot.
All right, Casey Walsh joins us here. Well, we're in his office at the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. It was interesting on over the weekend. The NCAA basketball 3-point line in women is supposed to be 22 feet and 1 foot 3/4 inches. Well, basketball fans were shocked during the tournament as the Mata Center in Portland?
The Mata, yep.
The Mata Center in Portland did not have those distance accurate for the game.
9 inches differential.
Yes, for the two games, or the game that was going on between Texas and NC State. So I'm wondering if there's a gambling scandal now involving the NCAA 3-point line. Because if you had money on either of those two games, maybe you had the over or the under, wouldn't that have been affected if the 3-point line was, shorter,
Closer,
longer,
yeah.
closer, whatever?
Yeah, it definitely could have affected it. Unfortunately, if you had that as a bet and you had Texas, the bets would have stood as they were, since they did play the game. Even because both coaches agreed to play,
They
both
did.
universities, so they would have stood. There wasn't going to be any rebates or anything on that.
I think you would have to waive those.
Well, and if you had
like bet both sides.
Well, if there's props on 3-point shots.
if you were part of the wise guys, all right, you're the head. Casey's the man. You're up in that top office, and people are asking you, would you just take that bet off if there was anything like that where obviously the 3-point line was wrong. It was not accurate.
I personally would have took it off the board. Yeah, I wouldn't have accepted any more wagers if that was my decision. It definitely affects outcome of the game. But then when they go back and they look at, what each team shot from each side, they actually shot worse on the thing that was, closer in.
Yeah.
So.
And that was over the 3-game stretch of the games actually were played prior to that game. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if they found out prior, because coaches were walking it off, obviously. So if you see that, and that's a prop bet as far as 3-point shooting, you would have pulled that at that point?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
All right, let's recap the weekend throughout it was, of course, the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8. Overall, the book did
another losing weekend for the book.
Oh my God.
Damn NC State.
Wow. So we may
Damn
not
NC State.
So you gonna let us come back next week? Or
I mean, maybe next Monday we might be in a little bit of trouble if Alabama and NC State both win.
Oh man.
But yeah, I'm sure we'll be here.
What game did the book take the biggest hit?
NC State for sure.
Sure.
Yeah, we had a lot of people that took NC State plus the 7.5, and a lot of people that were taking the money line plus 400.
Do you feel that's going to be the case in this next game with Purdue and NC State? Because I took it right away. I got it at 11.5 because I took it right afterwards. I think it's at 9.5 now. Or what's the book? What do you have it at now?
Yeah, we have it right now. We're hanging it at 9.5. It did drop as low as 8.5 last night.
Wow.
Did go back up to 9.5 though today.
And the UConn line?
11.5.
Okay, so that one really hasn't changed.
That one hasn't changed. It's going to be hard for anybody to get off of UConn as good as they've looked.
Yes.
Do you expect people doing the same thing, just jumping on this wolf pack and just continuing taking the points?
Yeah, I think so. They love this DJ Burns kid. They love him.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure, I definitely see that. Yesterday was just tons of parlays with them. Like we had one guy come in yesterday. He risked probably 8,000 total, ended up winning 64,000 on the day. NC State money line parlayed with everything.
I got to ask you something then. So the other day I did a bet. So UConn men and UConn women were playing on the same day. They both were 8.5 point favorites, I think. It could be wrong. Could have been 9.5, whatever it was. I tried to parlay it, and I did, but I originally did it wrong, where I took the men and then I took the women, and I put down the X amount of dollars, and if I win, I win this. Then I parlayed it, and it was less money. How could that be? Well, only by $1. It should have been the other way around. Did I do something wrong?
Possibly. Were you doing money lines or spreads?
Spreads.
So if you were doing the spread, it's going to be minus 110. So if you took them, it should have risked 110 to win 100. If you do a 2-team parlay, minus 110 odds, it should be 2.5 to 1. So if you bet 100, you should have won like 250. If you did the parlay with both the spreads. So you definitely had to have had something wrong. Yeah.
Because I didn't understand. I mean, I won the bet, but I didn't put 100 down, but I was just, when I was doing it, I even called Jax. I'm like, Jax, what am I doing wrong on this bet? Because I just thought if you make it a parlay, your money, you make more money.
Most of the time, if you're doing the spreads, if you did the money line, they would have been high money lines.
Yeah.
So if you do the money lines, that's going to take away a lot. But that's what a lot of people like to do, is they like to bet the money line favorites. Like not this weekend. I mean, this weekend favorites did okay, but last weekend they went 8-0 on
3 minutes
on one day. So everybody money line parlay, they all won. The only game that didn't cover the spread was Tennessee against Texas. They were -6. They won by 4.
I'm real curious, when the tournament began, were Purdue and UConn the two heavy favorites to get to the championship game, or was Houston or somebody else involved in that? Can you remember?
Yeah, Purdue was our third best odds overall. Number
Okay.
1 was UConn. Number 2 was Houston.
Okay.
So we had Houston at +650. UConn was +600.
Casey Walsh joining us here. Tonight, the Suns and the Pelicans. I thought the -1.5 Pelicans was low. Do you feel the same way, or is that about where you think it should be?
It's probably where it should be. You don't want to make the line too high, because then you're going to get resistance on the other side. Having them more or less like a pick 'em is where you're going to get action on both sides of the game.
Is that where most books are thinking? They try to do that, and even though you got a team that no Brandon Ingram playing for the Pelicans, I would think that would help a point or two. Doesn't move it that much, huh?
No, not really. Not too many NBA players. Like LeBron, honestly, is probably worth 2.5 to 3 points on the spread.
Wow.
So some players don't have that big of an impact.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's getting closer. Playoff push. Teams got to win. These teams.
So with that being said, the over-unders, will they somewhat be more conservative with the playoff push with these teams versus mid-season?
Yeah, for sure. Over-unders have dropped tremendously from the beginning of the season. I mean, there was one stretch where the Pacers' first 35 games of the year, there was over 244 every single game.
Wow.
I mean, I want to ask you, I want to go back to college real quick. I know we're up against it, but the NIT, Indiana State, which we all felt should have made the tournament. They didn't. They're still there. They got Utah tomorrow night, and then Seton Hall in Georgia. Any action on those, or you, if you take your shoes, or you take your feet out of your shoes as the CAZ Sportsbook guy, do you like any of these games? Or is there like, are you not permitted to kind of
It's just the four of us talking.
Because
That's
I really like it. I really like Indiana State, and I'm kind of I like Georgia.
Can you neither confirm nor deny?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people love the Indiana State team. They're the smaller school. They want to make more of a name. They want to
30.
win. But then everybody loves betting their overs because they average like 85 a game.
They do, yeah.
So everybody loves betting Indiana State overs.
Robbie Avila.
Oh, okay.
20.
Is that what? Okay.
Was that in air quotes?
Robbie Avila.
Look at the over.
That's the guy.
He was telling us to go.
He hinted. He was.
He didn't say it, but I think
10.
He hinted it.
Hey, Tom Chambers, now Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Over the years, Lerner Rose helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. What does that mean to you when you're looking for an attorney to handle your personal injury case? That means that Lerner Rose is a law firm that not only has experience, but the proven results to recover money for your injuries. The insurance companies know which attorneys won't put up a fight. When you call us, we call them, and they know they have to pay.
Lerner Rose is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like Alt2K, a commercial-free look back to alternative from the 2000s. Just search Alt2K and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Free never sounded so good.
A car is never just a car. Kelley Blue Book knows it's so much more than that. It's your commuting chariot,
your road trip refuge, your I just need a reason to get out of the house. Your car is there for everything. And for everything car, there's Kelley Blue Book. Need a new set of wheels? Price it on Kelley Blue Book. Problem under the hood? Fix it with Kelley Blue Book. Can another car do the job better? Trade it or sell it on Kelley Blue Book. We're here mile after mile, moment after moment. Price it, fix it, trade it, sell it. KBB.com. Visit KelleyBlueBook.com to get the journey started.
The State Farm College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championships bring together some of the best collegiate dunkers and sharpshooters in the country. Thursday, April 4th, Global Credit Union Arena at Grand Canyon University. Get tickets at GCULopes.com.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision?
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Start clean with Clorox because Clorox delivers a powerful clean every time. Because messes happen. Because
The charcoal mask, great, because why would I put that on my face when I could drop it in my sink? This is what I get for multitasking. Ugh, why is charcoal so sticky? Hello? Hey, Janice, I am so sorry. I thought I was on mute. No, we don't need to reschedule. I'll just stay off camera.
ooh, yeah, that happens. So start clean with Clorox. Use Clorox products as directed.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd, tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
D-backs crushed the Rockies in yesterday's home opener, which included new franchise marks in the third inning when they sent 18 batters to the plate, recorded 13 hits, and scored 14 runs. Merrill Kelly will start Game 2 of the four-game set tonight. Second-seeded Arizona's season came to an end last night at the hands of fourth-seeded Alabama. The Wildcats finished the year with a 27-9 record. The Suns are in Oklahoma City to battle Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Thunder tonight. They're 2-1 on their current 5-game road trip following Wednesday's win in Denver and sit at 7th place in the West at 43-30, but are just a half game behind Dallas. I'm JD Havrin on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, slight chance of seeing some showers. Temperatures tonight in the low 50s. And then for tomorrow, starting to rebound mid-70s with plenty of sun. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes.
Why are people saying "Hew yeah" to Jackson Hewitt? When you switch to Jackson Hewitt, they will beat what you paid last year on tax prep, even if you filed online. Proof of prior year payment required when filing. New clients only at participating locations through April 7th. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Roc. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrow.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. on Fox Sports 910.
All right, we're out here at Casino, Arizona, in the CAZ Sportsbook. It's amazing where, this is a locals casino. And sure enough, just walking around, just hanging out is Tom Chambers. And he joins us now on location here at Casino, Arizona, CAZ Sports Bar. So we need to bring him on right now. It's been, 3 years since you've been on our show?
Yeah.
Our booker's terrible.
Your booker sucks. I mean, he wants to blame me. I said, okay, just show me your text. It was 2 years ago.
And I did.
2 years ago.
2 years.
Oh, yeah.
2 years.
Yeah. Almost to the date.
April of 2022.
Yeah, exactly. But he thought that was last year.
Last year, yeah.
Give or take a year. I took a few more hits than you did, all right?
Well, Tom's going to be joining us because we're doing the big finals weekend at Talking Stick on Saturday and Monday. He's going to be joining us for a nice VIP deal on Saturday, so we're pretty excited about that. So we first thank you for that. Thanks for stopping by. But big game tonight, Big Easy. You're getting ready. You'll be on television tonight on 3 TV, so have an opportunity to watch the Suns and the Pelicans. Must-win game. Hands down,
man. You know what? Well, it's not a must-win game if you don't want to make the playoffs. But I guess if you do, all of them are. That's the situation this team has put itself into. Is just like they need to win basketball games, and they need to. Right now, I don't know what identity they have. I mean, they beat the Nuggets, and you're thinking that you're on top of the world. Then you lose this, San Antonio without Wembanyama. So it's just one of those situations where they seem to rise to the occasion against the really good teams, but the challenge of beating the teams that they're supposed to beat, they've not done a good job. They've lost to Houston 3 times. They lost to San Antonio 3 times. So it's been difficult because of that, trying to stay consistent.
Don't you find it ironic? I always say that the West is best, and once again, it's proving to be that. Every team that is in the right now playoff tournament, and also Dallas and New Orleans, they all won and this past weekend. And so once again, the Suns have work cut out for them.
Well, they absolutely do. You look at the 4 teams outside of the top 6.
Yeah.
When you're talking Sacramento, Phoenix, Golden State, and the Lakers, you would have projected those 4 teams to be in the top 6. And so that's what we're battling it out with in that situation. So if the Suns end up in it, what do you play the Lakers? You play Golden State. I mean, you play Sacramento, who's a load, so this is not an easy situation. Can they beat anybody? Absolutely. Can they lose to anybody? We've seen that. So that's what's frustrating right now for everybody in the Valley, including me, because I get to talk about it every day.
So Tom, what do you see initially when they win the games? I mean, what is it they're doing? And what do you see on a consistent basis when they're losing the games? What is it, a paramount of a difference, or is it minor details here and there?
Well, there's 3 things that have been huge this season. Turnovers. When we turn the ball over, it's not good. When we allow a team to shoot and make field goals and take it out of the net, we're not good. But when the Suns pick it up on the defensive end and they're not taking it out of the net, they going downhill, they're as good as it gets. And that's what they need to do to really be more effective rather than just passing around the outside and Kevin, okay, here's your turn to go one-on-one. Look, here's your turn to go one-on-one. Bradley, here's your turn to go one-on-one. They need to push it, and they need to move the basketball. They do such a great job of it at times. We're giddy. We're like, okay, it's here. It's here. And then it's not. So those are the things. They've been rebounding well. Nurk's been doing a good job they've been rebounding. But I'm just telling you what, in that 4th quarter, it's like every time you think they've figured it out, and it just keeps happening.
Explain that to me then, because you just said when they're playing well, they look like they're unbeatable, and then they get to the 4th quarter, and it looks like the team that you haven't been seeing.
Well, if I knew the answer to that,
okay,
Matt Ishby would have me on payroll, and I'd be making about $10 million a year. Okay, it's just been this weird thing, and it's been this albatross, and it's not like just bad this year. This is historically bad 4th quarters for this team. And you look on paper what they have. I mean, Grayson Allen's been super. I mean, Eric Gordon comes in, he's been great. I mean, Bull's been good. It's just it's like I don't think teams fear this team, and so other teams are also coming in saying, "Oh, we're going to beat Book. We're going to beat KD. We're going to beat this team that everybody talks about." And so there's a target on them, and it hasn't been good in that 4th quarter. It's just like, okay, this is Book's time to sit out to start the 4th quarter, and now they've even rotated that around a little bit to try and keep him out there. But they have not found a solution to that.
Tom Chambers joining us here, Fox Sports 910. Tom, if the team was going to reset today, and you had all the money in the world, not that there's any particular player available, what position, where is the need?
Well, I think a true point guard, I think the team can facilitate on offense. I'm not worried about the offensive end of that as much. I worry about having a guy who can guard a jet quick point guard. Okay. And so that's where Josh Okogie comes in. But when Josh Okogie comes in, you worry because they're going to leave him because he can't make a jump shot. So that's the problem that the Suns have right now is on the defensive end from the point guard position. We have people who can stop it, but then the offense takes a hit because Bradley's done a remarkable job lately. Distributing the basketball, setting people up, scoring when needed. So I don't look at it offensively as a weakness, but defensively I do.
All right, it's the Pelicans tonight. It's a must-win for them as well, as they're in the same boat. Zion Williamson, first thing comes to mind.
He's a load. I mean, he's a load. This guy, he's going to the basket.
Does he remind you of Charles when you played with Charles?
No, Charles wasn't. I mean, Charles was explosive, but Charles could also, knock down a 17-footer.
Yeah.
But Zion is a little bit like that, but he doesn't rebound like Chuck. Chuck used to lead the league in rebounding. I mean, he was that guy.
Yeah.
This Pelican team, they're huge. I mean, Valanciunas 7 foot, Brandon Ingram, he's not playing right now, 6'11". Zion's a load, and then they with Murphy and Herb Jones, they're both 6'7", 6'8". That's a big team. They also have the same situation at point guard as we do. C.J. McCollum is not a true point guard. They facilitate on offense, but if he has to guard that one guy, he's not that guy to do it. But they've been really, really solid. They're playing great defense all the time. One thing I think the Suns have not done is play great defense all the time. This Pelican team gets after it.
Fair enough. If I remember right, Valanciunas seems to play exceptionally well against the Phoenix Suns. They didn't have Nurkic. Is this a matchup then that you are now looking forward to with those two players down low?
Well, Valanciunas is a load. I mean, he's going to get it down low, and you're not going to stop him.
Even with Nurkic,
you're not. But what they'll do, I don't know who's going to win the battle. I mean, Valanciunas is a guy who can get it 20-20.
Okay.
Any given game. So is Nurk if he wants to come with it. So it'll be fun to watch those two, spar. But they take out Valanciunas when they want to get quick. And the Suns do the same thing with Nurk now. I mean, even going to KD as the 5-man when they need to score baskets. So it'll be an interesting matchup for everybody out there. They have the defenders when you're talking about Herb Jones, I mentioned, and Trey Murphy to guard our guys too. So it's going to be a clash of the Titans, I believe. I mean, these two teams are going to come at it with everything they have, but I like their team more. And it's like it just depends on what's going to come out there and present itself because
with this team win, one of the stars is out for the opposing team. It's an opportunity. Brandon Ingram's out tonight. Kind of goes back. All right, Wemby's out. You should destroy him. What do you think that is? It seems like they let down.
I think you're right. It's just so sad too because other teams in the league that are good. I mean, and you can look at them, all of them of missed players. When Jokic is out, okay, Denver plays well. Mm-hmm. When Embiid is out, Philadelphia hasn't been great, but they haven't fallen off the map. So other teams find ways to gather around, regroup, and play really well. When Doncic is out, Dallas plays good. Okay, Şengün has gone out with Houston. They've gotten better. Yep. Okay, so teams need to find ways to get better when they lose a player. But when somebody loses a player against the Suns, it seems to like Rock says, it just compounds itself. They just like, okay, we'll be fine. We'll just go through the motions here. And they're so good that I believe that they feel like they can turn it on at any given time. And sometimes it's too late because other teams there's some good defense out there being played right now.
So Tom, you talk about the turnovers, averaging 14, 15 per game, and they give up 117 per game. Okay, let's say that is what it is. You always talk about not giving up 60 points a half and 70 points a half. That's been almost a regular with this Suns team. Okay, so you finished off the week 8 games ago, and that's who you are. So at that point, how do you adjust to that going into these last 8 games, knowing that's who you are?
Well, knowing what we were, it has to go, or we're not going to be there. I mean, this team has to really ratchet up. You hear Book say, we've got to step it up, and that's on the defense. I'm telling you what, Durant's a great defender. Bradley Beal can play defense. Booker can play defense. They can do it, but they've got to get after it. They've got to get, not take the ball out of the net, like I say, run the fast break, and I believe that they can be fine. But every time we think that they're there, it's like, oh, okay, we're there, we're okay, we can they can't. They've got to play, I talk about game to game. Now I talk about quarter to quarter. Right now I'm talking possession to possession. Wow. They have to pay attention to detail.
All right, as we let you go, because we know, you got to work tonight. You got television. So how does it work? They come pick you up in a limo.
Right.
They take you down, and Leander and everyone else. What's like the pregame meal down there?
The pregame meal, I have a hot dog. No, we don't. I mean, they have a nice.
Now, let me ask you: the TV guys like Kevin Ray.
You know what? If you were a true media guy, you would know what the media room was like. But since you've never got your butt down there,
I rather watch it on TV. Got to help the ratings.
You can sit in the arena and watch me on TV. And get a free hot dog.
Well, I get when all those numbers retired everywhere. I mean, I got the.
It looks nice, doesn't it? It looks nice up there.
How many more can they fit? I mean, how many?
You know what? There's no room for you. What number would you be anyway? Like 00?
10. That's my lucky number.
All right. I think that's there. All right, guys. Thanks for having me.
Favorite four-time NBA All-Star is number 24. Of course, is retired there, and the 42 by the Utah Utes. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports.
Win 910 on Fox Sports 910. Fill out your Twin Peaks tournament bracket at fanpick'em.com with chances to win prizes after every round. Your bracket's never busted. Powered by Twin Peaks and Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale. That's fanpick'em.com.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
There is around the Superstition. It's eastbound 60 approaching Chrisman. As you close in on Chrisman, the two left lanes are blocked. Expect heavy delays back to about Sossaman. A crash with injuries, 44th Street and McDowell, and one on Cotton Crossing and Grand Avenue.
This report is sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com. With over 100 online casino-style games, Chumba Casino is your go-to destination for nonstop entertainment. Play for fun and play for free at ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Arizona's largest locally owned A+ BBB rated towing company is All City Towing. They're always looking to add motivated and competitive team members. Do you fit the bill? If so, head on over to allcitytowing.com/careers for more information.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
Make plans to join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for their Hoops Finals weekend at the new showroom at Talking Stick Resort. Win cash with free props and squares contests during all 3 games. Plus a big screen smart TV will be given away during each game. 3 big ones. That's cash and prizes just for watching the games in the new showroom and sportsbook in Talking Stick Resort. And best of all, it's free. It's the Hoops Finals weekend at Talking Stick Resort. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
This month's fever is here, and it might be time for that vasectomy. Call the experts. Purely Vasectomies. 844-NO-SPERM. 3 Valley locations. That's Purely Vasectomies at 844-NO-SPERM.
Postseason college hoops are here. Watch all the games at Twin Peaks. Enjoy incredible Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale draft specials from Four Peaks Brewing during all the games. Plus, sign up for a free Win 910 on 910 bracket contest at fanpick'em.com. Win Twin Peaks fan cards at all rounds. Twin Peaks, your basketball headquarters.
A toast to our new college grad who fills us with so much joy, almost as much as when we're in our RV. Oh, the world is your oyster, kiddo, and ours too. Now that we're covered with Progressive, Dad and I can hop in our RV anytime we want. Might even splurge on a retractable awning. Ooh, look out. Sorry, what was I talking about?
Protect your loved one with an RV policy from Progressive. Take as little as 4 minutes to see what you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
The Final Four tips off at State Farm Stadium Saturday with Purdue versus NC State in the first game and UConn and Alabama following them up. On the women's side, the 9-inch discrepancy between the three-point line distances in the Portland Regional were the result of human-caused mismeasurements. Suns hit the court against the Pelicans to finish up their 5-game road trip. Suns 8th in the West at 43-31. I'm Frank Garrity.
This is Clay Travis. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Cox Mobile.
At Cox Mobile, we know you're smart. You brush your teeth in the shower to save time. You also added Cox Mobile so you can save on your Cox internet. So smart. Cox internet required. Prices exclude taxes, device activation, and other fees and charges, which are subject to change. Other terms and conditions apply. Learn more at cox.com/mobile.
To Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910. CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Meant for mornings, The Drive with Jody Ayler. Listen tomorrow 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910.
Big game for the Phoenix Suns tonight. We just had Tom Chambers on the program. Appreciate him as they're in the Big Easy. Huge battle with the Pelicans. 7 o'clock. 5 o'clock start for that one. D-backs are on after, what about 6:40? 6:40. Yankees in town. But the Suns, they're 2-2 on this current 5-game road trip. They have setback against Oklahoma City on Friday night. They're now tied for the Kings for 7th in the West. And they're now 2 full games behind the 6th and 5th spots in the conference. Only 8 games remaining. And even, hearing from Tom Chambers, I think we're all in that kind of sitting there saying, we don't know if this team's going to do anything in the playoffs.
That's
even
correct.
if they get there.
Yeah.
It's such a roller coaster ride.
Well, that's the consistency of everybody. Is seeing that the consistency is this is a very inconsistent team. You win a big game, then you get blown out by OKC.
Yep.
Now you got to go into New Orleans, who you got one more game, I think, next Monday. You got to play them twice. You got to play the Clippers twice. I even think for, a Ring of Honor like one Tom Chambers and watching as much basketball as he is, he still can't figure it out. He said, but this is a very good team when they're on. Now, the key is, can they be on for the next, 2 weeks to get out of the play-in scenario and get into the play-off scenario? But it doesn't seem like he's got much confidence with that as well.
I don't blame him one bit, to be honest with you. I mean, he sees them night in and night out, and a former terrific player in the league, if anybody would know, it would be Tom. I thought it was also interesting where he referenced the point guard situation as well. He told us after he was done with the interview that he would like to see Isaiah Thomas on the court every once in a while, but that hasn't happened either just because of his point guard capabilities.
Well, I played 8 minutes the other day.
Yeah.
Got 5 points out of it. No turnovers.
Correct.
Took care of the ball, but that was pretty much garbage time.
It was.
You had Frank Vogel pretty much empty the bench.
I want to see him in prime time. And the reason is because what you just said, no turnovers. That means that you don't have to have Booker or Durant or any of the star players have to bring the ball up. You can get to your spots. Let him create with dribble penetration and kick, and you're going to be wide open.
He also said something when Katie gets the ball and goes one-on-one, when Bill gets the ball, goes one-on-one, when Book gets the ball, goes one-on-one. And did we not talk about this last week?
We did.
The pundits were saying that the Suns have got three of the best one-on-one players in the league. But as far as moving the ball, understanding how to move the ball, that's their downfall. You just heard Tom Chambers talk about that. So when you got somebody that can facilitate and move the ball, and when you watch against Denver, they moved the ball. We even joked about it. They had to have it 5 passes, like Little League basketball. You got to pass it 5 times before you guys take a shot. Like the Golden State Warriors were when they won their 3 out of 4 championships.
Yeah, they used to make jokes about that.
But they moved the ball. But it's just interesting to hear this Hall of Famer right here say the same exact thing. Like, okay, so how does Frank Vogel prevent that from happening on a night in, night out basis and slowing the offense down versus moving the ball? And that's a commonality that he's going to have to figure it out. So if they get in the play-in scenario, which it probably will at this point, and they're one and done. Yeah, they got 3 great players, but okay.
It's hard to imagine that would even happen.
I know that is
that would be a
That
catastrophe.
Heartbreaking.
I don't know about catastrophe.
Rock,
That's a
that'd be
little
one of the
extreme,
heartbreaking.
I would say
I think Matt Ishbia, you're gonna have to say welcome to being an owner of a professional sports franchise.
If that happens, let's say I hope it doesn't, but if that happens, would that be the biggest disappointment in the NBA? Is the Suns in the play-in and losing one and done out of the entire NBA?
Well,
I mean, as far as the teams,
I don't know. You look at the teams that are right there.
I was just going to say,
you got LeBron's team, you got
the Warriors
Luka's team, you got you got Golden State.
Yeah.
I mean,
two teams are going to be left out in the cold.
Yeah,
because they're going to be in the play-in. Look, I watched a little bit of the Laker game yesterday, and I know LeBron scored 40 and had 9 3-pointers. He shot 9 3-pointers. He's shooting better than Steph Curry percentage-wise right now from 3. Better than Steph behind the arc from 3 is LeBron James. Lakers are going to be a problem. I don't care who they get. they're going to be a problem.
I guess you're right, Rob. You look at, okay, the Warriors got their dudes, the Lakers got their dudes. I guess that since we got, two new ones, Katie last year and Bill this year, you kind of go, well, that should, you hope, take them over the top. And you got Nurkic in there as well, too.
And Grayson Allen.
So you thought, well, you think that might trump the Warriors and Lakers.
Yeah.
But it just seems these Lakers, they've won 7 out of the last 10. Here they come. 6 out of the last 10. Here they come. And then how about Houston? They finally lost a game after 11 in a row.
Yeah.
They lost a game yesterday.
Well, I think we just got to realize, let's be realistic, this is going to probably happen. When you're losing to teams that don't have their superstars, their best player, and we're going to see that again tonight. We saw it last week with the Spurs, with Oklahoma City. And now you got a team that's – look at Book. He's not even shooting very well now last week or two since that ankle injury.
He doesn't look 100%.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't look 100%.
And the pressure's just going to fall on him if he doesn't step up. And, I don't know what kind of – you never know what you're getting with Durant sometimes too. But, they got one of the toughest remaining schedules.
They do.
New Orleans has got one of the easiest schedules. It's just – these are not looking good right now, and it sucks. They got to win tonight. They have to win tonight. They got to win every game.
Yeah,
every game.
And I think with 8 to go, to proving that you can go out there on the road, which they did in Denver. They won on the road. Going to New Orleans
with no Jamal Murray.
With no Murray, I mean, you're right. You don't have any wiggle room if your Suns at all. Now they'll be in the play-in tournament, if per se, but it's not going to be very good if they don't have that catch some kind of momentum, as these other teams have got the momentum coming, even in the play-in side of things. 7 out of 10 by the Lakers. They're starting to feel a little bit.
Well, I don't think you could. It's too late for momentum.
I think you're right.
I think if it's 10, 12 games and you're, 90% of them, 80% of them. But when you're 2-2 in your last 4, 8 to go, I don't know. That's a daunting task.
Yeah, you think of probably what they do 7, 8 in a row one time was the only run that they had going way back into early January. And then after that, you haven't seen a run like Boston winning 9 out of 10. Denver winning, 13 out of 15.
Even Houston, what we just referenced, 11 in a row.
11 in a row, 11 out of 12 games. I mean, they're still 14 back. They're still 2 back in the play-in tournament. But with these 8 games to go, anything's pretty much can happen. But I agree, guys. I mean, it's all right. Just get there. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Play a little bit of defense. Don't turn the ball over. Let's see what happens.
I've resigned myself to the fact that this is a play-in team.
I've done that about a month ago.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, if they're playing in there, or you fall out of the postseason, top 6. I just look at this, and we're going to say all offseason, well, they didn't get to play a majority of their games with Durant, Booker, and Beal. That's all we're going to talk about. Injuries, but every team has their injuries.
Correct.
And the Suns can't take advantage of these opponents that they're playing that don't have their top player.
Yeah, and I think that they've pretty much proven who they are and what they aren't. And I think they've played enough games. Even the players, Bradley Beal and even Book have said, look, we've played enough. We should be able to go ahead and turn this around. You listen to them after that OKC blowout, and it's like, well, this didn't happen, that didn't happen. Well, to continue with that, 15 turnovers again. Offensive rebounding was null and void. And then again, it 120. So you knew they were going to put points on the board. So where was the defense as far as the perimeter defense was concerned? Again, lacking that specialty of Frank Vogel, the head coach.
I thought Tom Chambers said it best, that he said they can play defense. They just don't very often.
Why?
That says
why?
a
Why
lot.
is that? I don't get that.
I don't know, Manuch. You got to ask those guys.
I mean, you can't. You're not saving yourself on the offensive side. They're in phenomenal shape.
Yeah,
they can go up and down the court. I know that the bench. I know Frank Vogel's gotten the scoring off the bench. Sometimes it was mid-20s to low 30s, down to 10 at sometimes. But I think the bench is playing enough now that he's got to figure, hey, I got to play everybody. I got to play my top 9, and whether we improve it, he feels that things aren't going to improve. My whole thing's going to be, okay, if things aren't going to improve, why not put Isaiah Thomas in there for another?
That's my point.
Just let him run things.
Give
see what
it a
happens.
try, yeah.
Maybe with 3 or 4 games to go, if you're going nowhere faster in the play-in, let him get out there and run things. Not that he starts, but he comes in as part of the rotation to see what they can do instead of playing one-on-one. Place, move the ball. Let him distribute.
I just get tired of watching Durant bring the ball up and just dribble around, or Book bringing it up, or Beal bringing it up. Beal has had a little bit better success in trying to be the quasi point guard, but to me, that's a major breakdown for the Phoenix Suns.
Hey, we're going to catch up with Mike Adris, the former NAU basketball coach. We'll continue talking some NCAA basketball with him. He's been our insider all month, and we'll continue as he will join us next to talk about 8 and then now the Final Four. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from the CAZ Sportsbook.
Clear. What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
State Farm Stadium all set for its close-up this weekend, hosting the Final Four. It'll be Purdue and NC State in the first game Saturday, and then UConn and Alabama following them up. The championship game a week from tonight. The Suns hit the court against the Pelicans to wrap up their 5-game road trip. A good opening weekend for the Diamondbacks was capped by Lourdes Jr. being named the NL's Player of the Week. He smashed a trio of homers, plus his 10 RBI set a franchise record through 4 games. Arizona men's basketball forward Paulius Morauskas will enter the transfer portal. He has 3 years of eligibility left. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeart.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, slight chance of seeing some showers. Temperatures tonight in the low 50s, and then for tomorrow, starting to rebound mid-70s with plenty of sun. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment.
Summit Racing has the parts you need to keep your truck rolling right. From custom grills to tonneau covers and everything in between. Shop summitracing.com. Use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order of $100 or more. Exclusions apply. Offer ends April 14th, 2024.
Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar on the southeast corner of Cave Creek and the 101. Happy hour 7 days a week, 4 to 7, with $5.50 house wines and well drinks, $4.75 drafts, plus tons of food specials. Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar.
Join Fox Sports 910's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for their Hoops Finals weekend in the new showroom at Talking Stick Resort. Win cash with free props and squares contests, plus 3 big screen TV giveaways. That's the Hoops Finals weekend at Talking Stick Resort, April 6th and 8th.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at wrighttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out wrighttoyota.com.
Beat the heat this summer and get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shade experts. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned and making shady deals in the Valley for over 40 years. That's thehouseofcanvas.com.
Postseason college hoops are here. Watch all the games at Twin Peaks. Enjoy incredible Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale Draft Specials from Four Peaks Brewing during all the games. Plus, sign up for a free Win 10 on 910 bracket contest at fanpick'em.com. Win Twin Peaks fan cards at all rounds. Twin Peaks, your basketball headquarters.
Start clean with Clorox, because Clorox delivers a powerful clean every time. Because messes happen. Because...
Hey, listen, remember how you told me to toss those takeout containers before we left for vacation? And you were like, I'm serious. If that leaks over the counter, it'll be a slimy abomination by the time I get back. And I was like, yeah, of course. Don't worry about it. I won't forget. Well.
Ooh, yeah, that happens. So start clean with Clorox. Use Clorox products as directed. Rinse after use if in contact with food surface.
If spring allergies keep you trapped inside, then you need Navage Nasal Care to keep you breathing clearly and enjoying all the beauties of spring. Navage helps clear nasal passages that are often clogged because of allergies. Navage gently flushes a pure, refreshing saline solution through your nasal passages to clear out congestion, sucking out that springtime pollen and other irritants trapped in your nose. Navage is available online at Navage.com or in stores at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, Navage.
Staples Print Big Sale means the more you print, the more you save. Get $20 off print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. Offer ends 4/6. See staples.com/print for details. Print more, save more at Staples.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Get it in. This is what
You're hot. How about number 11, NC State, shocking number 4, Duke in the Elite Eight. The Wolfpack will square off with the Boilermakers of Purdue. And, of course, on the other side, it's Alabama and UConn. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B from Casino, Arizona, and the CAZ Sportsbook. Mike Idris joins us. Coach, you got to love this. You got to love it when you got an unlikely contestant in the Final Four, right, with NC State.
That was a lot of fun watching them take down the Dukies, as I like to call them, yesterday. I've never been a Dukie fan. I know you either love them or you hate them. I'm on the hate side of that one, but it was really fun to watch that second half play out the way I just thought North Carolina State just started putting it to them, and Duke got soft. They panicked. Everything went wrong for them, and they just didn't know how to straighten the ship out. It was somewhat comical to me, to be honest with you, and give Duke credit because they have played so well up to that point in the tournament, and just all of a sudden everything go wrong for you in that second half of the game. And North Carolina State, they're fun, they're exciting, right? I mean, who doesn't love the DJ show that they put on every game?
So, Coach, you watch NC State find another gear in that second half, but how many layups did Duke miss? Was it, I don't know, I stopped at 25 for crying out loud. I mean, they were, to your point, they were out of control with all the layups. They make half the layups, at least they're in the game at the end there.
Well, I think yeah, exactly right. I mean, you start missing layups, then all of a sudden you miss jumpers, then all of a sudden they panicked and started shooting nothing but threes late in the game. They didn't need to as early as they went to the three-pointer. I thought everything was you could just see it. It was psychological to those guys more than anything. And shooters, they need to see that ball go through the basket, and when it misses, all of a sudden you think there's a lid up there, and you start panicking a little bit.
Coach, take me then to the opposition with the Purdue Boilermakers. And look, we saw what Zach Edey did with 40 points and 15 boards, but the composition of Purdue is much more than just Zach Edey. Yes, he can dominate, but in your opinion, don't they have very solid guard play as well?
Well, I love Braden Smith. Okay, so I start with him as my favorite player on the team. I mean, certainly you can't go wrong with Zach Edey, the numbers that he's put up this year and all of that. And he causes so many problems. I mean, they're in the shooting free throws early in a half because they just kept fouling him. I think that was somewhat of the game plan of Tennessee. We're just going to keep rotating big guys in there, and he just went through all of them. But you're absolutely right, Jimmy B. I mean, Braden Smith, I think the Lawyer kid is certainly a threat from the outside, and you can't, discount what Jones brings. They did say Jones sometimes over penetrates and gets himself into some bad spots, and you certainly saw that in the ball game. But he did and hit just a tremendous 3-point shot there when Purdue finally pulled away and created enough space from Tennessee late in that game.
But didn't the coach think that Edey, I mean, watching him in this game, he's always very active, but he's like, give me the damn ball. I mean, he just seemed like he had that attitude, pick and rolls, always around the rim. It's like they could have gone to him the entire night. It just, he had that attitude. Maybe it showed more in this game than the last several.
I agree with that as well. post-game comments, seem very focused and saying, I'm going to show everybody who continues to doubt me, I'm here for a reason right now. So he clearly has that. My concern is, he played almost the entire. I thought he looked tired, and I kept saying to my wife, he needs a rest. He needs a rest, and then he shoots an air ball from the free throw line, and that just clearly told me that he needed a break. But he never came out. He finished strong. He made, 1 or 2 free throws each time down when they needed a free throw made. He blocked a huge shot. That was tremendous what he did there. And so I just don't think him playing 39 minutes is going to get them to where they need to get to. Now, fortunately, the two teams that don't play a lot of players are faced off against each other this coming Saturday. And then the two teams that do have somewhat more depth are playing each other on Saturday. So that's kind of interesting that's how that's getting matched up this coming weekend. But to get back to your point, Edey's he's been a force all year. And we're clearly seeing it now on the biggest stage because each game gets bigger and bigger, and he's hurting up double-doubles by halftime. Are you kidding me? That's amazing.
All right, so then take me to the Alabama-UConn game. UConn has just been smashing everybody. I know Alabama's they're exciting to watch. They really play racehorse basketball. They love getting up and down the floor, but can they stay in the game against this UConn team?
Well, I say yes, because, if you really dive into it and you start looking at the numbers game and, the Alabama coach, they talk about him being a math teacher and all of that. And I think numbers are really important to him. And if you look at the percentages, what you need to shoot from 3-point line versus, a 2-point field goal. And Kenny Smith mentioned that during halftime of their last game. And, I just think that that's the game that Alabama plays. And if they're making threes like they're capable, I mean, they average 90 points a game. It's not like Connecticut's going to try to slow them down and overpower them. Connecticut likes to score too now. So you're going to see a great fast-paced game probably in that second game. And Connecticut just feels like, you can't compete with our depth, and we're just going to keep coming at you, which they've done and demonstrated all year long. And Alabama is like, we're just going to keep shooting threes, and if we're hitting threes, you better watch out. You can't keep up with us. So one of them is not going to keep up, but they're both going to play that way and try to impose their will on the other.
And speaking of that UConn-Illinois game, Coach, I mean, Illinois is a 3 seed. They're a damn good team. A 30-0 run, Coach?
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time you've seen that? It looked like they were scripted against the JV team there for a second at the UConn backcourts, for crying out loud.
Oh, my gosh. I've never seen anything like that, and I would not wish that upon anybody in the game. I mean, as an opposing coach, you're just sitting there as is going on here, and they just kept feeding off one another. It wasn't just one player. I mean, certainly, Klingon was a big factor in that game. He's had a bad first game of the weekend and a great second game of the weekend. He better not have a bad first game this coming weekend because Alabama will take advantage of that if he's not imposing himself. That to me is really going to be critical. The side presence in that ball game. But yeah, to answer your question, nobody should ever experience a 30-0 run like that, and you felt bad for Illinois because they are a very good team, and they're not a JV program, right? But they sure did look like that, and you had to feel bad. But at the same time, I think everybody was marveling at, oh my gosh, this Connecticut team is really that good, right? And you had asked me last week, was Coach Hurley stepping out of bounds by bragging so much about his team? And I said to you, if you can walk the walk, or you can talk the talk, if you can walk the walk, and they certainly have shown that in the first 2 weekends of the tournament.
Coach, before we let you go, there was a interesting situation in Portland in regards to a three-point line in the ladies. And I'm just curious, in all your years of coaching, have you ever seen anything like that where the three-point line was too short or the foul line or something was wrong with the court where you had to have a little meet and greet, decide if you can play or not?
I watched that. I didn't know anything about it until I saw it on the highlights last night, and I was just shaking my head. I feel bad for those teams. What are you going to do? You can't just replace floor. It's not like the rim is bent and you can bring in a new rim and stuff like that. I will tell you this. I took our NAU team, down to Mexico one summer on a little foreign tour thing, and we played our first game. I forget where it was, and there was a thunderstorm, monsoon going on in the summertime down there, and the power went out in the building, and then the lights came back on, but only at one end of the court, conveniently, and we were beating this team by about 14 points at the time. But the end of the court that we had to shoot at was the dark end of the court. And the next thing I know, they scored like 16 straight points on us. So it is a factor when it's not equal at both ends, right? I hate comparing the lights to the 3-point line, but man, oh man, who built that floor, and how did that happen? It's just mind-boggling. I feel bad for them because they had to play the game. There wasn't like, okay, we're not going to play the game now. That wasn't an option.
Coach, good stuff. We
tough
can't
break for Texas.
Absolutely. We can't wait to see you later this week. Thanks so much for the time, and should be a fun week leading up to this Final Four. So thanks so much for the time today.
It's all coming to the Valley, folks. It's going to be a great time. Thank you so much. Good talking to you.
You got it. Mike Agers joining us, former Northern Arizona University Lumberjacks head coach, joining us. By the way, on this day, April 1st, 1985, it wasn't an April Fool's joke. The original Air Jordan sneakers were officially released to the public. How about that?
And they've never looked back.
No, you're right.
Billions of dollars.
Well, year one sold 126 million in 85. So that's what, maybe 400
Oh,
million?
yeah. We're all in line trying to get those high tops, that's for sure.
We're wrapping up. We're out here at the CAZ Sportsbook. It's rocking.
Check this out. This is the Herd. You're excited. I'm excited.
With Colin Cowherd.
Zach Edey plays for Purdue, and he's 7'4" in the middle of the country. He moves well inside. He blocks shots. He's incredibly passionate. I don't know. I'm not an NBA scout, obviously, but the three players in the league right now are all bigs in the NBA.
This is the Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Stop and go traffic, 17 northbound from the 10 split to 19th Avenue. We have an accident 44th Street at McDowell, 10 westbound from State Route 51 all the way out to 75th Avenue is slow.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Classic Hamburgers. Now at Wendy's, get a Dave's single for $1 or a Dave's double for just $2 with the in-app offer. Limited time offer, participating U.S. Wendy's. Redeem in Wendy's app. Account registration required. See offer in Wendy's app for details.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Join Fox Sports 910's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for their Hoops Finals weekend in the new showroom at Talking Stick Resort. Win cash with free props and squares contests, plus 3 big screen TV giveaways. That's the Hoops Finals weekend at Talking Stick Resort, April 6th and 8th.
When it comes to men getting a vasectomy, you want to ensure you go to the experts. So call Purely Vasectomies. Purely Vasectomies. They're easy, comfortable, and convenient. Appointment options with a same-day consultation and vasectomy. Plus, there are 3 Valley locations. Their experienced specialists take the time to answer all your questions. They offer sedation to keep you comfortable, and most men can return to work next day. Call Purely Vasectomies at 844-NO-SPERM.
Postseason college hoops are here. Watch all the games at Twin Peaks. Enjoy incredible Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale draft specials from Four Peaks Brewing during all the games. Plus, sign up for free Win 910 on 910 bracket contest at fanpick'em.com. Win Twin Peaks fan cards at all rounds. Twin Peaks, your basketball headquarters.
At Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, there's something that binds us all. The collective goal to transcend the ordinary. Introducing the all-new Ping G730 and I530 irons. The G730 irons are Ping's longest and most forgiving irons, while the I530s fit golfers who want more distance in a player's design and are engineered for higher launch and more. Visit us in store at Vans Golf Shops or online at worldwidegolf.com. Get there. State Farm College Slam Dunk and 3-Point Championships bring together some of the best collegiate dunkers and sharpshooters in the country. Thursday, April 4th, Global Credit Union Arena at Grand Canyon University. Get tickets at gculopes.com. CEOs You Should Know gives you an opportunity to learn from some of the top business executives across Arizona. Hey, it's Jody Ayler, and I'm excited to learn, so come join with me by searching CEOs You Should Know Phoenix on your free iHeartRadio app.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
It's the Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
The number 1 overall seed, Connecticut, was going to become the first program to repeat as a national champion in 17 years.
Too little, too late for Clemson, though, on the run out. Estrada, and he will lay it in. And the Alabama Crimson Tide will roll into the Final Four for the first time in program history.
10 seconds left. Connect. Ziegler puts up a 3. No good. Warrior the rebound. 5 seconds left. Warrior will dribble it out. And the next step on the Purdue redemption tour is the Final Four.
Get it in. And it's over. This is what dreams are made of. Christian lifts it deep to left field.
You're hot.
To the track, to the wall. Say goodbye.
Good weekend for the D-backs. They take 3 of 4. They got the Yankees tonight at 6:40 from Chase Field. But Suns, Pelicans at 5. That's what's on tap. Brought to you by BKD's Chandler, as well as Arena Sports Grill, Upper Crust, and the CAZ Sports Bar, as they both carry the Roc and Manuch Amber or Lager. So check it out for them. Tomorrow we are at the Barrio Queen in Avondale. We got Kyle Vandenbosch. We got Kyle Dodd. Bob McManaman is going to hang out for about an hour with us.
Yeah.
You have a list of questions for tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Oh,
I'm sorry. What's happening tomorrow on the program?
Yeah. We got Bobby Mack out there at Avondale, Barrio Queen.
Yeah.
Yes.
And him to break down the draft, this, that, whatnot for the Cardinals.
I'm going to set him up with a couple of shots of El Bandito Yankee tequila.
He talks about it every Tuesday.
He does,
that he wants to have it.
He
I
does.
think it's very important that before he comes on,
Yes.
you take care of that.
Truth be told,
I don't know.
Whoa. Sorry, Shu. Thanks for joining us. Hey, are you okay? Seriously today? Because I mean, have you already switched over to the Bronx Bombers? Are you now a Yankee fan?
Because the Mets are 0-3? Yeah, you're right. Because the baseball guy on the show, when his team's 0-3, is going to give up. I have Rangers Rays on here in the studio watching Ryan Pepe will make his first start for the Rays. We got a great game tonight for the Diamondbacks. The Mets play in about 10 minutes from now. No, we're fine. We got lots of good baseball today.
He's dialed in, Rock.
He is 0-3 doesn't bother you at all?
They play 162 of them. If the
There
Jets
you
were
go.
0-3, it would be a different story. But no, 0-3 for the Mets? No, I'm not really. I mean, I'm not happy that they started 0-3. They didn't play particularly well. But no, I'm not going to say the season is over. No.
Who do you got tonight?
They started 3 games.
Ooh, Tigers 2-1.
It's a good baseball team.
Yeah.
They got
Two out of
some young
three.
pitching that's going to be a
So,
problem. Yeah.
what
Watch out for those Pirates, though. 4-0, man.
What if we advance it a little bit? Here we are on, say, Thursday, and they still haven't won a game.
I mean, that would be great.
I mean,
Well, do we have to find somebody else to help with the show?
No, I will listen.
No.
Guys, I will continue to do the Around the Diamond report. There's so many good storylines in baseball. The New York Mets, in my lifetime, they stink. I mean, they've been to 2 World Series in my lifetime. They lost both of them. They don't make the playoffs very often. And I still love the sport. So the Mets being good or bad does not influence my ability to discuss the sport at a high level.
all right.
No, they won. The Mets won in '69. The amazing Mets.
Yeah,
they
did.
won that one.
Yeah, 100 games. I think they won 100 games.
They were 10 games back. He came back on the Cubbies.
Hey.
Remember, you got Ron Swoboda in right field, Bud Harrelson at
There
shortstop.
you go. When I worked in Pittsburgh, Don Clendenin was my neighbor.
Got a guy named a rookie by the name of that flaming fastball guy.
Why do you guys, both you two? Is this something I need to look forward
Nolan
to?
Ryan,
When I turn 60.
Jerry Kuzma.
When you
Well,
turn
60.
92 like
You guys,
me,
no, you guys always act. You guys have to kind of just prove
Flex?
yourself.
no, reminisce.
You
no.
flex.
Yeah.
We
And
just
you got a
reminisce.
drop.
Reminisce.
And the worst part is they picked the oldest World Series. They also won a World Series in '86. You could pick the more recent
Well
of the
aware
two.
of that, yes.
Like you picked the older one. I don't know why you would do that,
That's
but
the
sure,
Billy
yeah.
Buckner through the legs World Series.
Rock, can I put a bet on the table?
Yo, please.
I bet you Jimmy B cannot go with one show without embellishing himself.
Flexing a little bit?
I didn't flex. I just said Don Clendenin.
That was a good one. Don Clendenin.
I know, but what are you
Great catch
talking
in
about?
center field.
Yeah.
Twice in the 2:00 hour, we had story time with Jimmy B. In 1 hour. What are you talking about? You don't embellish. 2 times I had to play the sounder. You want it right now?
Jimmy,
You want it right now?
Seriously.
You got a story for us?
Can you end this April Fool's
Yeah.
with something?
Oh, sure I can. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I'm in college, and when I was on the tennis team, I always
30 seconds.
wore a jock, and because you got to keep the horse in the barn, so you would drop the jocks
Family
that
show,
you would
Jimmy.
wear into a little bag, and you'd give it to the people to wash them. And so I went and I picked it up the next day. Little did I know,
1 minute.
and it was April Fool's, that they put some Red Hot in the jock, and I didn't pay any attention to it. And so when I put the jock on, in about a minute, I got lit up big time, and that was uncomfortable.
Called the mink glow back in those days.
That's why
man.
I think play-by-play guys are so much better than color analysts. They know how to fill time. You always
Oh,
have
my
a
God.
story.
You-
You had to when you called all those baseball games.
yeah.
You got to fill time.
All the time.
Color analysts need something in front
30.
of them to be able to.
Oh, are
kinda
you serious?
Break it down. You
Brother,
can't tell
I
these
could
stories.
feel all the hey, Jimmy,
Oh.
you just call the play. I've got it. I got it from there.
Oh,
20.
my goodness. We'll do it again tomorrow. Thanks to CAZ Sportsbook for having us. Don't forget, Talking Stick Resort in the brand new showroom opens up officially on Wednesday, but we'll be there
10.
Saturday.